everyone, it's June, which means it's Pride Month. If you didn't know, it commemorates the 1969 Stonewall riots, which were a big turning point in the ongoing fight for the LGBTQ+ community's acceptance and civil rights, and celebrates the awesome diversity of the human spirit. Here at IGN, we're donating to the Trevor Project, a great charity benefiting at-risk youth. And to celebrate Pride Month, we're taking a look at some of our favourite LGBTQ+ characters in games.
So one of my favorite characters is Ellie from The Last of Us. I feel like she probably has one of the strongest arcs of almost any video game character, in that in the beginning of the game, she's already a strong character, or she's more mature for her age because she's in a pretty awful situation, but you see her grow and harden and get smarter and learn throughout the course of the game both as a companion to Joel and someone who's really handy in combat, but also as this kind of funny, quirky, compassionate, but also very guarded little girl, turning from, I think it's 14 to 15. So it's a really important part of her life. And I think the stuff that we learn about Ellie, every single piece of it and how well voice acted she is, just made me feel really, really attached to her as a character. And I'm very excited to see that she might actually have a more successful relationship, hopefully with people who don't die in The Last of Us Part 2.
How about that?
Gross. You love it.
I love Bill and Frank's relationship in The Last of Us. It's unexpected, sad, but very real. We don't know their backstory. Were they together before? Were they driven together by the cruel world they were forced to live in? Either way, love is love, and they had each other. So sure, Frank had to try to run away on his own in the end, which was kind of messed up, but you know something special is there.
He's the only idiot that would wear a shirt like that.
I really like Greg from Night in the Woods because he's this tiny little trash animal that I identify with that. He's rebellious, he's cool, he's a troublemaker, but ultimately he also cares about his friends a whole lot, and he wants his future to be better with his boyfriend Angus. And I don't know, I think that's really cool. It's really nice to see a character who's not like, you know, some buff space warrior sort of thing. And it's just kind of awesome to see that represented in the game where it's just like a normal person, but I guess in this game it's just a fox with cool rockabilly jacket.
So Undyne from Undertale is one of my favorite characters ever. The way she's written is just so wonderful. There's so much depth to this character depending on what choices you make over the course of the game. If you're playing just regularly, you only get one side of her personality, but it's when you play as a true pacifist that you can see how vulnerable she is, and if as you play as a more of a genocidalist evil person, she becomes the true hero of the game, which I think is amazing that you become a villain. And let's face it, her mannerisms are kind of crazy, and that's what I love about her. She's a little bit volatile, doesn't really know how to make friends, but it's when she tries to engage in certain romantic relationships that it becomes really hilarious to see just how she drops the ball and dunks her crush into a garbage can. What's not to love?
I'm a big fan of the representation throughout the Assassin's Creed franchise, whether it's Leonardo da Vinci in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, or Ned Weinert as a trans man in AC Syndicate, or even the upcoming romance options that you can choose in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's really great representation and a good reminder that LGBTQ+ people have been around since the dawn of time.
So one of my favorite LGBTQ characters is actually kind of a weirder one. It's Vivian from Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. This is sort of an odd one because Vivian is transgendered canonically within every translation of the game except for English. For some reason, when they brought it over to English, they were worried about ratings or something like that, and they changed her to just be referred to as she the entire time. And she's just this fun, cool character that's really helpful and really friendly, and she gets insulted by her sister a couple times. The sister, this really mean sister, calls her a man and is like, "You're a man," and she's like very sad about it. Except for the Italian translation. In the Italian translation, she's like, "Nah, I'm proud of the fact that I'm a woman now," and like that's really, really cool.
Samantha Traynor from Mass Effect 3 was always my favorite of the new crew members that you could start a romance option with. She was kind of dorky compared to all the other characters on the Normandy. She played chess. She talked about this 6,000 credit toothbrush she had with Mass Effect fields that massaged her gums. She talked about being attracted to Edie in a really awkward way.
Thanks, Edie, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how attractive your voice was.
One reason why that was intriguing to me for her character was in terms of introducing the first lesbian character into Mass Effect 3 that you could romance. They could have gone with the kind of stereotypical route for like a lesbian character in games. They could have made her like brutish and aggressive, but they didn't. They went for like a very normal, just person with eccentricities that you might find anywhere in the world.
I didn't realize that was an option.
It's an option.
So I'm kind of cheating here, and I'm not choosing just one character. I'm choosing a whole game. So We Know the Devil is a really brilliant visual novel kind of about trans and queer culture, specifically set at a church camp. It's a little bit about coming out and coming out maybe together with people that are also have those worries and about deflecting and kind of working through all those processes through this visual novel. Each of the endings are really powerful in that it singles out one person to be possessed by the devil, essentially kind of coming out and talking about themselves and revealing maybe what they've been hiding for a long time. And then of course the true ending, which I implore you all to get and figure out for yourself and see how that works, kind of comes together in seeing how their unity is really powerful and how kind of being true to yourself is important. And even though it's shown as something that may be harmful or demonic, which obviously it's not, there's power in being true to that. And so even in a church camp, you can find yourself among allies and friends.
Growing up in a very traditional, very religious family, I was never able to really express my sexual identity and let alone act on it. And like any child would do, I used video games as a form of escapism. And it wasn't until I started playing The Sims 2 that I was able to have a glimpse into the freedoms that I wasn't allowed in real life. So I thank The Sims for giving me a glimpse at what life with another man would be like, and to help me realize that my attraction to other men was not unnatural. And it also gave me hope that I could one day live my life as my Sims did with all their boyfriends and husbands, and that's why I'm grateful for The Sims.
I want to spotlight Shovel Knight because it has a queer-friendly game mode called Body Swap that lets you change the gender of Shovel Knight, Shield Knight, and all of the bosses. Instead of the trope of the man saving the woman he loves, you can change it to fit your identity. And if I want to go on an adventure battling all these crazy divas to save my boyfriend, then Shovel Knight gives me that freedom. Now, there aren't any non-binary options, but regardless, Body Swap is an important, progressive step for video games. What's up, everybody? Joshua Yale here with Cassidy Moser, and we're celebrating Pride Month here at IGN. Woohoo! And to do that, we are doing a live stream from 1 to 4 today, PST, and we are going to be playing some games that feature queer themes, queer characters that are made by queer developers. We have some queer developers who are going to be spotlighting their game for you. Why we're doing this is to raise money for the Trevor Project.
Yes, and the Trevor Project is actually this really awesome charity who helps with people in crisis, particularly LGBT people. In the past, they were targeted toward youth, and now they are just pretty much anybody who needs help. It's a very helpful and worthwhile cause, especially during Pride Month, which is a time when we can kind of highlight some of the issues that affect the LGBT community, as well as celebrate all the great representation that we have in video games. Yes, and to donate to that, you can go to this stream that is appearing on YouTube. And at the bottom, there's this little heart with it looks like hands holding. And then if you click on that, it'll take you into a field where you can donate. And if you do donate, your comment will appear at the top of chat and will be highlighted for a short duration, and we'll see it. And we will be taking questions from you guys and seeing you guys talking on Twitch and everywhere this stream is appearing. And then also know that we will be playing a selection of games. We have Dream Daddy, we have Mass Effect 3, but we will be starting with The Last of Us Left Behind. Last of Us : That is very important. So let's fire that up and let's get going. Yeah, so The Last of Us, just as a quick intro, is one of my all-time favorite games. And Ellie, one of the main characters, has been confirmed to be a lesbian, as we saw very explicitly during E3 in the really awesome gameplay trailer that they had. So The Left Behind actually takes place before The Last of Us, and it is focused on Ellie and her friend Riley, who later becomes kind of a cute puppy love interest. Yeah, so let's kick this off. Now you, correct me if I'm wrong, have never played I have never. Thank you for telling everyone. And all cred just went out the window. No. Obviously after seeing E3, and that was an incredible moment, one of the biggest games at E3, seeing just a nice, wonderful lesbian kiss. That meant so much. I love how you light up whenever we talk about it. It's so sweet, because especially something like that was so genuine and so pure and was so well done, and it had such emotional weight to it, even though it only lasted for 2 minutes collectively. And we just don't get to see stuff like that in games as often as we would like. So often LGBT representation is pushed into side quests or little things that you find and collectibles and Easter eggs, and to see it there right in front of you was so awesome.
Yeah, I do believe that The Last of Us 2 will now be the first AAA game ever to feature a queer lead protagonist.
Get down.
Because I know there are other games where you could, customize it or make that choice, but now it's like it's in the narrative.
I mean, I guess
I'm sure if I'm wrong, someone will correct me in the comments.
I mean, I guess if you look at Overwatch, like having Tracer on the cover, like Tracer is a confirmed lesbian character, so having that is a pretty cool and not insignificant thing, right?
Sure.
Granted, it's not a story-driven thing, and in the extended canon, it does kind of show her queerness a little bit more explicitly, but in the game itself, it's not so much of a focus.
Yeah. So what's going on here?
So this is man, it's been a while since I played this. So Joel has been
It's Hugh Jackman.
injured. Yes. Yeah.
Oh man, he's not doing so well. Don't worry, his healing factor will kick in. I know how this goes.
This does look a lot like Logan, doesn't it?
And that's X23. Okay, see, I know this.
Yes, so if I remember correctly, this takes place, like, this game is like kind of a flashback in the center of The Last of Us. Yeah, again, it's been a minute since I played. So. This is her just kind of remembering this moment that she had with Riley.
Okay.
So this is Ellie.
Wrong joke to play in the midst of a zombie apocalypse.
I thought I was bitten.
Yeah, not great.
I know. It was kind of awesome.
Yeah, she's edgy.
You're not gonna kill
She's
me.
brave.
Oh, they're so cute. I really love that they're
seen
like
you,
little small
I don't even know how
teens, too. Like they're not like
45 days.
full-grown women.
Well,
like they're just
46.
cute adolescents.
Yeah, they're
know
figuring
that
themselves out. They're figuring each other out.
There's something very beautiful about that.
All this time, I thought you were dead. Yeah. Here. Look. No way. Still no roommate? I had to sleep under Liz for 3 years, and you know how bad that girl smelled.
They actually touch on this a little bit in
You're
the comics
Firefly.
too, which are also very good. If
Oh.
people are interested in extended canon for The Last of Us, I highly recommend the comics.
As IGN's comics editor, I feel that I must
Yeah.
actually now check
You
these
still have
out.
it
Yeah,
up?
seeing this at E3, I was like, dang it, man, I'm supposed to be the gay guy who knows all the gay stuff, and I completely missed this gay game that I now have to go back and play.
That's how you have me.
Yes.
I'll help you with the lesbian route. No, do you know Faith Erin Hicks?
Here.
You heard
Yes.
of Nameless City? She
Yes.
she did the art for it.
She's fantastic. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
yeah.
Okay,
if
yeah.
I remember correctly, this is off the top of my head, but I think some of the writers for the game were
we
also
cool?
involved in making of the comics, so it's really good.
I
Yeah.
disappeared
It's a
and
really
you're
cool
mad.
style to it.
And I owe you an explanation. Let's get out of here and I'll tell you all about it.
It's almost morning, and I have military drills. You know, where we learn how to kill fireflies.
Put some pants on and let's go.
I'm so dumb.
Come on.
So this will actually be kind of
When
a
have
cool
we ever
intro
gotten
for
into
you
trouble?
if you've never played this game before. Simply because this DLC is not as intense as some of the other parts of The Last of Us. And it'll kind of give you a chance to walk around this world a little bit and see what's going on.
Okay. She's going for the, is that
on
the
your
duct
side.
tape?
So,
For a wound?
yeah, he gets messed up real bad.
Ooh. So I've seen the bad guys to this game. People draw them in like fan art all the time, but they have like the weird
Yeah,
like
the clickers.
mushroom, the
Yes.
clickers.
Yes, the ones that have had a parasitic fungus take over their brain, which is a fun time. Yeah, they're awesome, and they are just extremely creepy in the actual game itself. Like, they kind of have this really cool, twitchy, jerky motion, and they make these really creepy noises.
Oh wow.
Yeah, The Last of Us is kind of a horror game.
Yeah.
Like, we treat it like it's a stealth action game, but it's also kind of a horror
Callus,
game in the best ways.
keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I'm kind of a wuss, so I don't play. Like I played like 5 minutes of Dead Space, and I'm like, I'm out of here. But I will do this for gay pride. I will play this game.
It's not horror in the sense of
I'll be back
like
in a flash.
Amnesia or some of the more intense like supernatural ones, but it's horror insofar as it's very desperate and it's very survival based and it's creepy. Like it has
Yeah.
creepy moments.
Looks very suspenseful. But I'm a story guy. I like a game that really immerses you, like God of War, and the most recent one, just so good.
Yeah, I mean, The Last of Us 2, just The Last of Us, The Last of Us also, I should say, is to me one of my favorite examples of how to tell stories within games. Because I think like one issue that games often have is you have to span a story like over the course of hours and hours and hours. So in this, what they do is they break it up into chapters. So it's kind of, each chapter is kind of a self-contained story within the season. So it makes a lot of sense, and there's kind of a cohesive arc that goes and follows through all of it. But I think it works really nicely.
Okay, so you are in a mall.
Let's go find
the Colorado Mountain Plaza.
See if they still have Zoomies.
Oh, they don't have the Sbarros. Can we go somewhere else? Okay. The creepiness has definitely set in.
Yeah, this game is also it's very nature heavy. There's a lot of plant life. Obviously, it's a huge theme, like with the mold and the fungus, I should say, that has taken over. Like that's one thing that I think Naughty Dog does really, really nicely is environment design in this.
I think that was Hawkeye there. They got him.
They found him.
They got him. We found Hawkeye.
He didn't turn into ash. He was frozen in stone.
It's a fate worse than dust.
Yeah, honestly.
Weston's Pharmacy. That sounds promising.
Okay, so because we need to help Hugh Jackman.
Whoop. It's been a minute since I played this game. If I can remember.
Okay, so you're arming yourself? Is that what the brick is for?
Yeah, so the brick you can use to, if I remember correctly, distract enemies to kind of draw their attention elsewhere. Nope, this one. There we go. I've also been playing
just
a lot
making
of...
sure the coast is clear, you know, just
Exactly.
a quick shank just to make sure no one's hiding on the other side.
I've also been playing a lot of Horizon, and Horizon, the stealth, like the crouch button is square, so it's like switched on this. That happens to me so much. Drives me nuts. Alright, what we got?
What the hell? Did you just swallow the pills and leave the bottle?
Thank you so much, by the way, to everyone who's already donated. It's popping up on our feed here, and it is really awesome to see all of you supporting. Again, if you are on YouTube, you can scroll to the bottom, and there's a little heart with holding hands, and you click on that and donate money. It goes directly to 100% of the proceeds to the Trevor Project. And if you're on the mobile app, there's a little $sign at the bottom of your YouTube app. And again, thank you everyone for donating.
Thank you on behalf of LGBTs.
So there's just not enough letters in that. Let's talk about that for a second. I usually like to use the blanket term queer, but I know in high school people would call me queer and stuff, and people think of it as a bad thing. But we've taken it back, and it's now it's a scholarly term, and it's a blanket term for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, asexual, whatever, two-spirit, whatever, however you identify. It's really just embracing people who identify from something aside from the heteronormative. But it's all good, and everyone deserves the respect and the chance to live and to play video games in this creepy pharmacy.
Totally. Yeah,
Scissors seem like a good find.
Scissors are a really good find. There's actually a really good crafting system in this game too. Correctly, when you find scissors, you can make shanks out of them. No, to your points about LGBT, queer is a good term to me. When I first came out, I went by queer just because I was I am still figuring out so much of myself that I didn't feel wholly comfortable assigning a label necessarily. And there is some power in kind of reclaiming a word, I think, and taking that back and just giving it the power that we want it to have instead of the power that other people have given to it. I think it's kind of an awesome thing. That's often a common thing where people are like, oh, there's so many letters. And it's well, yeah, I mean, everybody deserves to be seen.
Yes.
But, there's also other words that we can use if people are comfortable with them, obviously.
Yeah, I'm actually so grateful. I know some people complain about all the letters and stuff, and even we just eventually ended it and put a plus to, to say we acknowledge everyone else out there, but there wasn't enough room. But being gay or queer of any kind used to be classified as like a mental disorder.
Yeah, it did.
And there's some dark times, and it's still dark in some countries where it's it's illegal and they'll put you in prison or just kill you, and it's absolutely terrible. So that is why we celebrate Pride. We're happy to be in a place and surrounded by people we love that can just live our lives and be out and open, not have to hide it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pride is not about, as a lot of ignorant people will say, like, oh, just putting it in my face. What it is it's about taking pride in who you are and not being afraid of the hate that kind of follows that.
Yeah. I mean, even look back, now it's getting real dark. You look back at like World War II and what the Nazis did. They put a pink triangle on people and they rounded them up and killed them just along with everyone else they wanted to kill. And that is why right now it's so important to be like, no, it's okay. Take your time coming out. You don't need to be as out and loud and proud as like me or something. But
there's no right or wrong way, right? Like it is so individual. Like the way that you celebrate Pride is different from the way I celebrate Pride, and it's different for everybody, and there is no right or wrong way to do it. And ultimately, if you are a person that's like, I don't care if they're gay, that's fine, just don't put it in my face. Like, just, you don't care, that's cool. So then don't complain. Like, instead, just spend your time doing something more helpful. Do something that's going to lift people up a little bit. I need to find this key, and I do not remember where it is.
So, I was going to say, so let's check into our progress.
I'm also bad at playing and talking at the same time. I think so. I had a code. I found a combination code here on a piece of paper, and I need to go find, I think, something to open. So I'm trying to find like a box or a locker. Oh, this creepy cutout woman.
Let's see. Wow. Okay. Thank you again so much for donating. They're just rolling in on this page. Let me see if I can see what's going on here. Oh man, I am the worst at trying to read what someone's username is when it's all lowercase and multiple words.
Yeah,
I think this
hard.
person's name is Tara. Tara, thank you so much. They say always happy to donate. Thanks IGN for this. You're welcome. Thank you for donating so much.
Hopefully there's somebody coming up that's better than me at this.
Dan the Robot, he says, Ally here. Thanks for supporting the Trevor Project. Thank you for supporting the Trevor Project. And I'm glad we have robot allies out there as well. Ethan didn't say anything, but he did one of those cute little adorable little faces. I think it was like the little tongue and stuff. So thank you, Ethan.
The Pop Team Epic looking. I love that.
Where's that key? Come on.
Like I said, have not played this in a while.
Well, yeah, let's explore. Let's see.
So I think we need to open up and go into a separate shop here.
Okay.
Right. 3 left.
I always love it when they give you a combination and they don't make you remember it.
I know. I was going to say, I was talking over this whole thing. I wasn't paying attention.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. We both just tapped our mics. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
People
I'm
listening
sorry,
at home.
Hurt Mitchell's ears.
Mitchell over there killing it with the live stream.
Spores. If you're gonna jump out at me, go ahead and fucking do it.
So right now you're seeing kind of this fog. A lot of the time this means that there's spores about, so you have to be careful of finding any clickers or any zombies in here.
But we'll hear them first, right? Or is it?
Probably. I hope
right?
so. I hope so. Like I said, been a minute. Let's see. Oh, dolls. I'm not okay with dolls. Yeah, see, here's a person that was.
I'd rather have the clickers than dolls.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, same.
No, I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, we're good. We're good. Maybe. Okay. No, we're not good.
God damn it.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. We got a letter.
Key. Pharmacy.
Let's do it. Oh, we got photo booth pictures. Cool. Okay, so we have a key. I'm gonna try
and. Savage Diamond Laserman says he identifies as a 53-year-old Pepsi can. Live your truth.
Whoop! That's what the plus is for. Okay. So we're gonna have to do a stealth kill here. Yeah, this is a clicker.
Okay.
This is kind of what
we're almost out of time, so you have to quick kill this this clicker.
I can do it.
Oh. Is it like a normal zombie kill where it go for the head, like or the base of the neck or something? I think that's what you did, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Like they
How do you-
tend to die quicker by stealth kills.
Okay. Like how do you kill fungus?
Yeah, basically. Alright, we have the 1 minute warning from Mitchell, so I'm gonna open this door.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do
We're gonna
this.
do it in 60 seconds. So while she's opening this door and our time with The Last of Us Left Behind is coming to a close, just want to say again, thank you to everyone who donated. This stream will be continuing until 4 o'clock PST, that is. You can donate on our YouTube channel. It's using their feature Super Chat for Good, where 100% of the proceeds go directly to the charity we've selected, which is the Trevor Project, which goes to helping youth in crisis, people of all ages in crisis, and is a LGBT suicide prevention hotline. So yeah, if they do such great work, they're a life-saving foundation. If you wonder why do we need Pride Month and why do we need to donate money to organizations like this, well, look what the organization exists for. It exists to help people who are having a really hard time with a variety of different factors, and we want to support them. We want to help them, and use this fun, super great live stream to do it.
Exactly. All right.
And
I was like, that's gonna do it for our
And that is
segment.
it. Well, I think you did great. You have me super psyched to play this. Well, thank you, Cassidy, for your gameplay expertise.
Of course, and please play The Last of Us. I think you would really dig it.
I'm definitely going to.
Okay.
It's my homework. It's my gay homework. As
Good.
a proud gay man, I must play The Last of Us.
Good.
And then, so next up, we are going to have Lucy and Dan playing Gone Home. Take it away, guys.
Everyone, it is Lucy here. I am joined by Dan Crowd.
Hello.
And for Pride Month this year, we are going to be playing Gone Home. Now, this is kind of a seminal LGBTQ game, a walking sim. Do we like that term?
I don't like calling them walking sims. I don't know what the alternate is, but I feel like it doesn't do justice to this game calling it a walking simulator, because you do so much more in this than just stroll around.
Yeah, you do. So this is a seminal game, 2013, Fulbright Company. It was their first game, which is really
Was it?
impressive. Yeah.
Man.
Really impressive. Just to set the scene, if you haven't played it, I know most people have, and have very strong opinions on it. This is like set in the 90s, 1995. In the Pacific Northwest. You play as, and I've got this written down, Katie Greenbrier, who has been overseas and is coming home for the first time in a long time. And she is in her family's home, and it is mysteriously empty.
So the first time I played this, I was expecting ghosts or something scary.
Well,
Because I had no idea what this was.
I mean, I think this is what was so cool about it, is that it sort of subverted a lot of genre tropes. Like when I first started playing this, I was really scared.
Yeah, me too.
And basically the idea is you walk around and everything is dark and like the TV is left on. Like this is a very good room to start in because it kind of sets the scene. And you just kind of investigate what has happened. And what has happened, I mean, I won't spoil anything. We'll play through it. But what has happened is not really what you'd expect. So yeah, it's just all about picking up things and examining them. So this is a book that Sam and Katie's dad has given to Sam.
So Sam is your younger sister.
Sam is your younger sister. So this says a lot.
Yeah.
Making friends.
Yeah.
I mean, if my dad did that, I would be pretty...
I would be... like, that's real harsh, Dad. That's real harsh.
It's pretty harsh. It's pretty harsh. But it also suggests that, Sam has, I guess, not really been living the conventional, idyllic teenage life.
But I guess my question is, who does, though? That's why I think I enjoyed this game so much, because I was like, oh, man, this is just like when I was in high school.
And what's super cool about this game as well is that you learn a lot from the objects that you sort of see throughout the house.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot specifically about Sam. Katie, please tell Mum and Dad, sorry about the stuff that's missing. Okay, so something's going on. And, if this was set in today, you would just be looking at like text messages and
Yeah,
emails and
totally.
stuff like that, and it would just ruin it. And you know, like again, in the 90s, this was a more difficult time to be LGBTQ, and I think that this game explores that really nicely. Now, it's super dark, so I actually can't see where I'm going because the lights are in my face. There we go. Well, let's see if
I
we can-
forgot like how incredibly creepy
It's so creepy.
the start of this game is, and the way the house sounds and gives you that really uneasy feeling of somewhere you don't quite recognize. It's really
No, it's incredibly atmospheric. And like again, this is not just about Sam. It's primarily about Sam. There we go. There's some light. It's also about a family in crisis, really.
Yeah.
And it's the little things that you pick up as you wander through this house and discover that.
Yeah.
So what did you, when you came to it late, Dan?
Yeah, very late.
What did you know about it before you?
So all I knew about it was that it started off the trend of quote-unquote walking simulators. It was the first big indie game, aside from, I think, Fez, that I ever heard of.
Yeah.
Like, because this was way back before indie games were so prevalent and all that kind of stuff. And I knew nothing about it. I just knew you walked around and that was it.
Right.
You went into a house and you uncovered some mysteries, and that was really it. But it's very clear after the first maybe half an hour the story that this game's going to tell.
Yeah.
Which I think is really strong about the way they've set up this game, that it really does, you start feeling a little bit more at ease as you go.
You do. I mean, it takes a while.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning. And, you know, a lot of this was due to the constraints that the Fulbright company had. They sort of built a game around the fact that they didn't have, you know, a huge team.
Yep.
And, like, an amazing kind of toolkit at their disposal. Everything is very sort of small. Like, you can't see your own body. It's very much just about very select objects.
Yep.
But also, it is so dark.
It is so dark.
I'm just wandering into, I think I'm walking into a wall because I can't see anything. Here we go.
Remind me, this is the game with hidden passageways and stuff, right? In the house?
There are a couple.
Yeah.
But there's also What Remains of Edith Finch, which is also
that's a very
evocative.
Calling that, I've heard that also called a walking simulator, which is inaccurate.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, really it's kind of about these things unfolding, you know, and clearly Sam has a lot of pressure on her shoulders to go to college, to be a certain type of young woman, and that's not necessarily, you find out that's not necessarily what she wants in her life.
And that's why I think this game's so, why it spoke to me at least, was it just reminded me of my teenage experience as well. Like that brochure being like, from a teacher saying, this is what I think you should do, and it was like, come on, man, let me decide what I want to do.
Yeah, through back to the X-Files there.
Nice.
Yeah, and also this is, you know, the 90s. I was a little bit younger in the 90s than Sam was, but this is when I grew up as well. Like, throughout this whole period was sort of very formative years for me, and, oh, this is cool. Oh no, can you play it? Hang on.
Oh, I think that's further on, right?
Yeah, I actually think it's further on.
I think that's quite further on. So when you first played this, Luce, what did you think? Did you play it all in one sitting?
I did. It's definitely a game to play all in one sitting. I think that if you break it up, it's like not quite the same. It doesn't quite have the same impact. I did. I too didn't really know anything about it other than the critics were really, really raving about it at the time.
Yep.
And I mean, all of this is like, you know, has meaning, and I'm just like rushing through it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then when I actually sort of played through it, I had no idea. I was shocked. Like, I was just so kind of blown away by the story. There's the Bible in the cupboard, which speaks volumes.
Hidden under something else.
Hidden under something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is I mean, again, like it's hard to kind of tell you what that story is in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But suffice to say, and I've got the 2-minute mark, so I'm going to speed up. And I'm sorry that I haven't actually shown you like great examples of the LGBTQ themes in this game. But really, suffice to say is Sam has met a older girl called Lonnie in her high school, and basically the whole game is about her deciding to run away with Lonnie. There's the family portrait. And you know, it's a really sort of poignant, touching, and ultimately really uplifting game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's what I found. It's not that kind of tragic gay story where nothing works out for the gay character and you know, there's even a moment, like I wish I could have found the bathroom. There's even a moment where you go upstairs and there's all this red hair dye in the bath and you think, oh God, like there's some terrible murder. It's that like kill your gays trope, and it totally isn't that at all. It's like, it's very much just like, okay, this is actually a story of hope.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the parents who are the ones who are struggling in this game, and it's the young queer girl who's gotten out of Dodge. And I just think that like it was a really inspiring, positive message for young queer people that we don't necessarily see a lot of. I mean, especially with the, as I mentioned, like the kill your queers trope, the murderous bisexual trope. I mean, there are so many cliches around gay people in popular culture. And so it's really lovely to just have a game that is all about positivity, that has a happy ending.
Yeah.
And that is told completely environmentally. Like, just, again, I'm doing a terrible job because I can't see anything. I'm sorry, I can't see anything. The lights are in my eyes and this game is extremely dark. But yeah, you know, if you haven't played it and you want a game that is ultimately very uplifting but subverts the horror genre in a really in a really cool way, then Gone Home is absolutely for you. It is it did spark the beginning of the,
let's call them character-driven first-person games,
non-combat titles.
Perfect. That rolls off the tongue.
And you know, if you've enjoyed those sorts of games in the past and you haven't played Gone Home, please give it a go. It's great. It's out on everything now. It's just out. It was out on PC for a while only, and then it recently came to console. It's a brilliant game, and
it's like 2 hours.
Yeah,
2.5 hours.
Super
Set it
short.
aside on like a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Sink into it. It's fantastic.
And you won't forget it easily, so please give it a go. That's us. We will wrap up. Again, sorry that I didn't actually show you some very poignant stuff, but believe me, it's in there. We are raising money for the Trevor Project, so please donate. And that is us for today from the Australian office. Back to you in San Francisco.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, thanks, Lucy. I'm Chastity, and this is Eric. I'm Chastity from GameSpot, but I used to work here.
She did.
Eric's still here.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I'm super happy to be here and super happy to be helping you guys raise money for the Trevor Project, so that's super awesome. So if you want to donate, we're taking donations in the YouTube chat directly, or if you're on a different platform and watching this somewhere else, you can do that through trevorproject.org. But we're going to be playing Night in the Woods for the next 30 minutes, which is one of our favorite games from last year.
Yeah, this game is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it. So we're going to start right from the beginning, or where are we starting
I think
from?
so.
Okay.
I said continue. I don't know who used this last save, so
We'll see.
we're going to find out.
We'll see how far we are.
Yeah.
But if you're not familiar with this game came out last year.
Bless this mess.
And you play this delightful cat named May. She's about 20-ish years old, and she's talking to her mom here. She's kind of got a rough, situation going on with her mom, right?
So,
I found some of her talks with her very relatable.
Yeah, this whole game is relatable for anyone who plays. I think who's Okay.
Cool. Go for it. So tell them a little bit about this game.
Yeah, so Night in the Woods is about May Borowski, I think that's her last name. It's been a while since I've played. She's returning home after dropping out of college. She doesn't know what she wants to do with her life, and so this whole game is kind of like her kind of coming to terms of being like, I'm in this weird position. How do I get out of this? Also, is life the same as it used to be when I used to live here? So she comes back, and it's like, oh, people have moved on. Times change. People change, and so it's her trying to like reconnect with, you know, her friends and families and whatnot. So.
Yeah, it's very relatable if like, especially like during your college years. So just going through this entire game and having these conversations that just really hit close to home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a big part of why I loved this game, and also why it was so hard to get through.
I know, seriously. It's also just so it's written so well too. Like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's like a script of some sort. It's so natural.
Yes.
With the character interactions and whatnot. Oh, I got something in my journal.
Mom,
Dad looks
eels.
older. Eels.
So we're gonna go out to town?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. So May has all these delightful friends, including B and Greg. Greg is the best. Greg rules, okay?
Yep, Greg rules, okay. May, is that you?
Sure is.
Nope.
It looks like May. Also, we're hanging out in the chat, so if you have anything you want to talk about, just let us know, and also throw those donations our way. This is all going towards the Trevor Project.
I was never a dirtball.
You were our dirtball. Relatable.
Every child's dream. See, count your every blessing. Well, you can count on seeing me tomorrow. Feel free to rake my lawn. You paying? Get out of here, dirtball. Okay.
Oh man, good stuff. Yeah, the writing in here is really good. The
Also
gameplay itself, you're just kind of
it's like a side scroller, but it's also just like
interacting with other characters, moving the story along.
Also, the art is so good.
This is early on in the game, so she's telling her neighbor that she dropped out. Hey.
Oh, yes. Let me do
All
that
right.
real quick. Oh.
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Oh, there's a lot of Chrome windows. Close all windows.
Close all the windows.
There we go.
Sorry
about
Working
that.
everything out.
Yep.
And we're back.
Weird.
And we're back. All
And
right,
we're
here we
back.
go.
So when I was playing this game last year, one thing that stuck out to me was my brother and I grew up playing a lot of, PlayStation 1 and stuff, and we were also very fond of Parappa the Rapper.
I love Parappa.
Parappa's great, and so this game, the art style kind of reminded me of like Parappa in a way, which is like 2D, fun little animal critters. And there's no sunflowers, but
yeah.
Danny, right?
Yep.
I think you were a senior when I was a freshman.
Probably.
How's it going? Just lost my job. As he drags him a cigarette. Oh no. They say construction's always hiring, but it's not. In fact, it's often laying off guys named Dan.
Oh.
Shout out to all the Dans out there.
Shout out to, I know a lot of good Dans.
A lot of good Dans.
Oh, Chloe. Chloe said really cool to have Chastity join. Hi, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Yeah. And someone asked what the game was. This is Night in the Woods. You can play it on pretty much anything now.
Yeah,
like it's on Switch.
It's on Switch
yeah,
now.
like you can play it anywhere. It's a very cool game from last year where you play as a cat named May. She just dropped out of college and she's going through the motions of being a 20-year-old and visiting her old hometown during this very tender time in her life.
And there's also like a subplot that brings up, which I'm not going to spoil. There's like a subplot.
Let's keep walking.
Let's keep walking.
Let's keep walking.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So we're walking down the street from May's house. I think we're heading towards our friends
I think it might be,
at work.
I think we might be going to Greg's place.
Oh, okay. Let's visit Greg.
I don't really
love
remember
Greg.
what the mom said.
Yeah. They were probably fighting over something.
We'll go back to that.
Yes.
Let's go find Greg at the Snack Falcon. I think that's what it was called.
I think so too. We got the
Party barn for sale.
Cassidy said, "Hi, Chastity and Eric. I love you both very much. We love you too.
Yay.
Great job."
Hey.
Video Outpost 2.
Possibilities.
That's such a good name.
So good. Actually, let me check my journal real quick.
Big skeleton.
Oh wait, that's options. Oh, nope, don't want to do that.
Joey Joey's here. Hi, Joey.
Hello.
Kind of funny.
Hi, thanks for joining us. The Snack Falcon.
Also
Greg
a great
should
name.
be working.
Greg should be working. I love Greg.
Greg rules, okay.
So, May and Greg are in a band together.
Yep.
Yeah. But you'll see. Good.
Oh my god. Hey, Greg. What are you doing here? I'm back. Like back as in today. Back as in back.
She's back.
Too bad you
Forever.
didn't die at college. Too bad you didn't catch a flesh-eating disease.
A lot of love.
Too bad you didn't join a murder cult.
Too bad you didn't lose all your limbs. In a freak soda machine accident.
God, it's so good to see you.
I love this. Let's both do this. It's so cute.
So good. How's Angus? You two still a thing? Hold on.
Greg and Angus are so good.
I love them.
Yeah. Gladios Love in the chat said Greg times Angus equals heart. Yes. Oh, I love that.
Changing the music.
Greg is the best.
What? Angus, what are you doing here?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep playing.
Oh, okay. I live here. Since when?
Oh, he's so good.
Since last night, 11 or so? That's amazing! Come to band practice. Oh my god, the band is still a thing? Sure. When's practice? Now. When do you get off work? Now.
Now.
Really? Okay.
Band practice.
Band practice. Ah!
I think we get to go, right? Do we get to play?
I think we get to play.
Okay.
And the thing is, it's gonna be awful because it's actually meant to be awful.
Yes.
You'll see.
Because it's been a while since you've played with them,
Mhm.
so you're pretty rusty.
Hey, it's you. It's me.
Brendan
It's
Graver
May.
gave $15 for crimes. Time for crimes, he says.
Time for
Good
crimes.
job. Thank you so much. And if you want to be cool like him, then donate directly on YouTube in the chat, or you can go directly to trevorproject.org. Greg likes the Bears, Ethan said.
Have your old bass.
Old bass time.
Oh, dude, I don't think I even remember. Hey, B, May's back. Wow, hi. Yeah, hi.
Joey said she has this game but has never played it. Well, this is the very beginning, so we're not
Yeah.
spoiling anything too much, but you should totally play it.
Totally play this game. It's fantastic.
It's wonderful. It has a great story. It's super relatable. And
It's
fun
like
characters.
too
Yeah.
relatable.
Mhm. Yeah. There's a lot of real situations.
The bass.
That's B. B's fantastic too.
They're all so good.
They're so good.
Turn them off on your computer. May, we're totally going to play a song. You totally have to play bass. I don't even remember. Those aren't even drums. Die
Here we
anywhere
go.
else.
So in this game, you get a lot of mini games. This is just one of them. Being able to play the bass, so you use the numbers.
Oh.
But as Eric mentioned, you're supposed to be pretty rusty at first.
There's like videos of people actually just like 100%ing these.
Really?
Yeah.
Even the first one?
I think so.
Wow.
It's like Guitar Hero or Rocksmith or Rock Band, if you prefer those ones. This isn't so bad right
It's
now.
not too bad.
But then it
Yeah.
gets ridiculous. On purpose. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Up.
Whoa.
Oh.
I love the art on this. This is really
It's
cute.
so good.
This is so good. Look at him jamming out.
Yeah, I didn't do too bad. Oh wait, there's more.
Greg is feeling it. Thank you to Ryan Scanlon for donating $5.
Hey, thank
And he
you.
He said B. B's awesome.
She's wonderful. When I first saw this part with the this segment. Like, the
Oh, I was
band,
super into
I was super into this, but
yeah.
also kind of reminded me of the album art of Gorilla's
Yeah.
Demon Days almost,
Mhm.
before faces on the sides and stuff.
Totally. They said,
Hey.
how can you miss this much of a slow speed? It's supposed to be
I know,
hard.
I know.
The timing is a little tough.
I'm actually not doing too bad right now.
No, you're doing pretty good.
Ah, there we go. There we go.
Mono said, wow, Eric, where is your rhythm? Don't throw them off.
I don't have headphones on. I can't even hear them.
That's true. Would this help? Dude, that might help.
Nah, I got this. I got this.
We can't hear the game. Thanks to Goo for $10.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Shred the bass. Shred the bass, May.
Oh, yep, here we go. Oh.
I want to listen to the song. Ooh. Thank you to Ginger and thank you to Emily for your donations.
Thank you.
Emily said, happy Pride, crime critters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I did it. Not as bad as my
Yay.
very first time ever doing that,
Oh,
where every
that
note
song
was just
very
red.
cute. That song was very
wow,
cute.
May, that was
That
pretty
was
bad is what it was. I literally got
That's true. May has never heard this
Holy
song
crap.
before.
That was hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get back to practice. I hope. Jeez. My wrist hurts. That was great, man. Like just seeing you back, playing your old horrible bass. Okay, are we doing this diner part thing? Yeah! Woo! I wish I could scream more, but I don't want to blow everyone's ears out. So, hip hip.
Theodore said dat bass.
Dat
Yep.
bass.
Thanks, Miranda. Miranda threw in $15.
Thanks, Miranda.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah! You miss Pizza Bay? May, not Bay. May.
Bay. I mean, yeah.
I got B and May mixed up, so it's Bay.
I miss pizza.
Pizza. Oh, I have to actually
Oh,
play
nice.
this.
Yeah, you have to grab your pizza. There you go. Can you have more than one slice?
I don't remember actually. I think everyone just Mike just takes it. Well, the pizza scale. Screw it, pizza is good, or the what?
The what?
There's a scale of pizza. On one end, there's the worst pizza, but like everything right above that is still really good. What's at the other end of the scale? It's pizza all the way up. Pizza good.
Pizza. What's not to love about pizza?
Pizza. Though.
What's your favorite
Angus
pizza
is
topping?
struggling.
Oh, Angus, get it.
I mean, it's not possibilities. I missed possibilities.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
I mean, can't go wrong with just pepperoni.
Yeah, it's,
Like
it's a
pepperoni.
classic.
I will say, honestly, I will say this on camera right now.
Are we talking about Hawaiian pizza?
No. You
I thought we were talking about Hawaiian pizza.
Hawaiian pizza, live your lives. Do what
I'm
you
going to. I like Hawaiian
There you go.
pizza.
I was going to say,
That's
I
why they fired me.
think hands down, Red Baron frozen pizza has the best pepperonis.
What are you talking about?
The pepperonis themselves are so good.
Red Baron.
Red Baron.
Okay, that's a hot take right there.
I'm just saying, fight me.
I do love Hawaiian pizza.
That's fair and that's valid.
It's not my favorite, but yeah, you can't mess up with standard pepperoni. Why are we still on the pizza?
It's a long scene.
Tell me what your favorite pizza toppings are in
Yeah.
the chat, and also throw in a donation because we're donating to the Trevor Project.
Yeah.
Do that. Or if you're not watching on YouTube, then donate through trevorproject.org.
Mm-hmm. We have jobs, May. I work at the
Jobs.
Video Outpost 2.
Jabs.
I'm at the old pickaxe. I thought you were going to school. Isn't that your dad's store? I'll just do that one. Life happens. I'm Lord of the Snack Falcons. Where's Casey?
It's cute.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't know, huh? Casey's gone. Gone?
Uh-oh.
Gone how?
What happened
Hop
to
on
her?
the train, I bet. Oh, wow, he always talked about doing that.
Oh.
Him. Yeah, one day he was just gone.
Uh-oh.
Made a clean break, hasn't emailed or anything. Well, good for him, I guess. His parents put up missing person posters, but everyone knew what happened. Jeez, Casey, hi.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. And what exactly do you do, May? I was in college? And why exactly are you still not there?
Mood.
Mood.
Mood. No, stay in school.
Didn't work out. That's honest.
That's
honest.
Oh yeah, Angus got a date with sword people online. Oh, lucky. It's really great to be back. Dude, we can hang out every day. Oh my god. Holy crap. What? Is that an arm?
Oh.
That's an arm.
Yep. That is definitely
Nobody
an arm.
move. Let's poke it with the stick. I call first. Oh yeah, I forgot. I actually have to play this part.
Oof.
May, this is like tampering with
Oh my
evidence.
god.
Ugh, am I going to have to start worrying about getting dismembered on my way home? I want to watch this. You don't need your ears to watch. Shh.
So Dad, what is this? Yeah, so there's an arm on the ground.
It's an arm on the ground.
We're playing Night in the Woods, and something is amiss. Everything seemed perfectly normal. We were at a band practice, and now we've encountered an arm on the ground after we had some pizza with our friends.
It's like a cockroach just chilling.
Oh, thanks to our friend Yusuf McGee for $20. Thank you so
thank you.
much.
How long do,
I
how
don't know
long
how
do we
long
mess
this
with the
lasts.
arm? Can we back out? This is creepy.
Oh, nope. Oh, there we go.
All right, here we go.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that's why.
Someone said crush the roach.
I tried. It's too fast. Hey, Aunt Molly. You found an arm. All right, May, put the stick down and step away from the arm. All right. Don't taser me or anything. No promises. Oh, well, I think that's time for Angus and I to get home. See you tomorrow, May. All right, I don't want any of you walking home alone tonight. Buddy system, something bad's going on. I can drive May home, officer. Thank you, B.
That's awfully nice of B.
Yeah, thanks, B. Let's roll.
Yeah.
I know we're probably not going to be able to get to it in our time today,
Right.
but like the,
We do have
the party, though.
Oh, the party's so good.
party's
Yeah,
so
so if you haven't played this game yet, you should play. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, the party is a very fun moment in the game. I won't say anymore.
No.
But yeah, a lot of mysterious stuff happens. You have the choice to like go to the shopping mall, do some crimes with Greg, which you should. You absolutely should.
Absolutely, yeah. Do the crimes.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Hey, look, we're here. Oh, my house actually isn't for a few blocks. Get out. Okay. Thanks for the ride. Go. Drama.
Lots of drama.
Drama.
Yeah.
Hey, kitten.
Here's her dad.
Roar.
So her relationship with her dad's a little bit better than it is with her mom.
Yeah. Really thought you were coming home tonight. It's okay. It's okay, I guess. Oh, dude, it's okay.
It's okay.
Went through the ravine by the old mill. Almost died. What? Yeah, logs almost killed me. Normal stuff.
You know, the huge.
Well, I promise I'll never leave you stranded again. Tell you what, how about we pretend I did come home tonight and we just got back from the bus station? Start over? Yeah. Okay. Hey, Dad. Hey, May. Thanks for picking me up.
Thanks to
Welcome home.
Podem11 for the $20.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Go to sleep, I think. Oh, you've had a big day. Good night, kitten. Let's see if Mom is in there.
Nope. Usually in the mornings, right?
That's, yeah. I just love that bless this mess poster.
Whoa! $100 from Mitch.
What?
Thanks, Mitch.
Thank you, Mitch.
Amazing. Not that Mitch.
Not you.
Wow, Mitch.
Bedtime? No? Yes.
Is the computer on the bed? Or not yet?
Oh, I think it's when you wake up.
Got
You
it.
open up the
Okay.
laptop. This is like the dream sequence.
So we're going to be playing for about another 7 minutes or so, and then we have a conversation between Joshua and Jake coming up, and then after that, Eric, you're coming back for
I am
Dream
coming back.
Daddy.
Yep, I sure
I'm
am.
very jealous. I love Dream
Dream
Daddy.
Daddy is so
That is
fun.
a fantastic game. I played it through several times to get different dads to date. It was great. And also there's a lot of random stuff
That is
happens in
such
that
a
game.
mood.
It's been literally 36 hours since I've been online.
That is such a mood. This shall not stand.
Must go online. Must be connected.
No. Hot chat live right now.
Wow, what's going on in here?
What is wrong with you? Tough, angry singles.
Shout out to Evangeline Ross. Thank you so much. $50. You guys are awesome, she said. Thank you, Evangeline. You're awesome for giving $50 towards the Trevor Project. And so you know, if you want to donate directly in the YouTube chat, and 100% of the proceeds from the stream will go directly to the Trevor Project. So you know. There's a lot happening on the computer screen.
There is. I have to go get my laptop fixed from Angus. Run downstairs, talk to Mom. Hey, hon. Yeah?
Come say hi.
Nope.
That's a command. Bye. Can you just leave?
Probably. I'm too nice. I can't do that.
Oh.
I can't do that.
You are very
Mom.
kind.
Nope. I'm Mom 24 hours a day. Har,
Ha
har,
ha
har.
ha. Mom jokes.
Also, it's 4 p.m., sweetie. Well, I'm off to find Angus. Oh, is he your little friend? Greg's boyfriend? Big guy, kind of quiet? Yeah, that's him. I need him to fix my laptop. Well, he better, sweetie. You can't afford to buy a new one. Wait, do you even know Angus?
Do you? Kind. There we go. I like that one.
Oh, is the band back together? Yeah, we practiced last night.
We're
I
so
don't
good
think we're ever
at the
gonna play,
bass.
though. Oh, that sounds like fun, honey. Yeah, I guess. You don't sound too happy about it. Well, I'm off to find Angus. Have a good time, daughter. Thanks, 24-hour mom. 7 days a week.
Thanks to Brent for $20. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And then we run over to Angus's apartment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, you kid.
adult.
Uh-oh.
So you're back, eh? Yes, Mr. Penderson. Didn't last long, eh? No, Mr. Penderson. You get a
This
job
is
yet?
so relatable right now.
I've only been back for like 24 hours.
Uh.
Yes, I've been elected mayor. I'll just do that one. Soon it'll be only a week, then a month.
Get out of here,
then your
judgy
whole
neighbor.
life.
Get out of here.
You're right, I have so much time left.
You don't know me.
No one's forgotten who you are and what you did, you know. They act like they have. That's just small town polite right there. Is that what this is? Small town polite, that's all you got, kid. So watch it. Well, that was really interesting. I need to go listen to my cells die. Ha. Ha. Alright.
So May's done something in the past. And we don't know what that is just yet.
Drama.
How far into the game do you find out?
Oh, goodness. No, I don't remember. I like marathon this game over a couple of nights.
Yeah.
I get home from work and play a little bit each night. And it ended, and I wanted more. And I know they came out with an additional update a few months ago that it was like a special edition almost that actually added a little bit more, which I've been
What did
completely.
it add to it?
That's the thing. I've been completely out of the loop because I
Okay.
don't want to spoil it for myself. So I might have to go back and replay it again.
Yeah.
Which I'm so down for because I really like this game.
I'd be down to replay this on Switch.
Oh,
I played it
totally.
on PC first time around, and that just made it harder to like access. I feel like if I had it on the Switch and I was in bed, like it's more like a story at the end of my evening.
Yeah, my brother just bought a Switch like 3 or 4 days ago, and he was like, "Yeah, the first game I bought was Night in the Woods because you're talking about how cool it was." I'm like, "Thank you."
Nice.
Can I help you? I don't think so. Okay. I thought that's where Angus
Do we have to
worked.
go towards?
You
Yeah.
know what? Oh, you know what?
He
It might
does.
be his apartment.
You have to go to his apartment, I think.
Oh.
Does he live in an upstairs?
Yeah.
apartment somewhere?
Maybe no. I think maybe talk to Greg first and find out where he's
Okay,
at.
yeah.
Let me try that.
That sounds right. He's so cute.
I love him.
I love Greg.
Hey, May. Got cups in my ears.
Ah!
Wow. Why? Wow.
No, I like wow.
Sounds like the ocean in here. That's great, dude.
That is so
You've
cute.
seen Angus? Every
Every
night.
night.
Yeah, I meant like, where's Angus right now? At work, at the video store. What do you want Angus for? Got computer problems. Figured he might know a thing or two. He's a hacker. Really? I'm pretty sure he hacks. Wow. Cool, dude. I'll catch you later. Definitely. I'm so glad you're back.
He's so genuine.
He's so genuine. And then, like, no spoilers, but like, when you do crimes with him and you hang out and like, because that's one thing that happens in this game is that once you at a certain point you get to hang out with each member of the band. Oh, so you get to hang out with each member of the band. Wait, no, it's video store.
Okay.
And then you get to go on like kind of like hangouts with them, and once you do Greg's, after you do crimes like 2 or 3 times, you have to go take Greg out to like the lake, and like he has this heart-to-heart moment that's like so good. Oh, he works day shift.
I agree.
Is it day? I got here early. Any idea where he is? I assume he went home. He lives next door. Everything's a question. Go inside and ring the buzzer. Wait, why does everything you say sound like a question? You do the same thing? I just didn't comment on it? Really?
This is really cute.
Yeah? Huh? Okay.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap this up but you should check out Night in the Woods.
Please check out Night in the Woods.
Because it's so much fun. We love this game, so go ahead and check that out. And next we have Joshua and Jake, and they're gonna be talking. So they're gonna be coming in pretty shortly. But I'm Chastity, and you can check me out over on GameSpot.
That's right.
And this is Eric.
I'm Eric.
He makes all the cool graphics that you see on IGN.
Yeah, including the big rainbow pride thing that's behind us.
That's
I made that.
That is so beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
So stay tuned and keep watching. We have more games.
Yes, we do.
What's up, everybody? Joshua Yale here with Jake Tapleshay, and we're actually going to pause the gaming portion of this live stream and just have a good old discussion about queer representation in our media, like the Marvel movies, video games like Overwatch, Star Wars. We want to dig in and talk about why is queer representation important. It's a big tenet of why we have Pride Month. But before we do that, I do want to remind everyone that we are doing this to fundraise for the Trevor Project. And tell us a little bit about the Trevor Project.
Right. Trevor Project's a national organization. I'm just going to read this. They have crisis intervention and suicide prevention services for LGBTQA plus youth. And yeah, we're doing a full fundraiser for them.
Yes. And to donate, if you're on YouTube, you can go to the bottom of the chat, and right next to the smiley face, the emoji button, there is a heart. It looks like two hands that are holding each other. And if you click on that, it'll let you send a super chat where you pledge a certain amount of money. It's up to you how much. We accept all donations of all sizes and really appreciate it. And it lets you send a message that goes to the top of the chat. So we'll be able to see your message, and we're trying to keep an eye on the chat. Might call out and respond if you have a question or something. So that's really cool. Also, if you're on the YouTube app, there's a $sign instead of that heart down there. But yeah, go ahead and click that and donate. It's going to a great cause. 100% of the proceeds are going to the
100%.
Trevor Project.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
So let's kick off with our first topic,
Sure.
which is actually going off a news item. Kevin Feige, who you nerds all know is the head of the Marvel machine, makes all the Marvel movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And someone asked him during an interview if he would, if there was going to be gay characters in the MCU, because there have been like 20 movies and there haven't been any so far. And he goes, yes. And they go, oh, is this going to be new characters or old characters? And he goes, both. And that was the end of it. And a lot of people are like praising him and celebrating. And I say, whoa, like pump the brakes. Let's not celebrate. Yeah, I think there's still a lot of work to be done. But that does bring up the really important question. What does a fictional character's sexuality matter anyway?
Right. And I think the other question is, is it important for the characters to simply be queer at some level? Like, are we just interested in having more queer characters on screen, or is there actual sort of actions and representations we want to see on screen? So is it, that the characters are canonically gay and everyone knows that? Or do they have a romance on screen? And, what does that have to do with anything? I think the most recent representation that I can think of is the Deadpool 2 movies. And how those movies dealt with having sort of a peripheral gay romance in Yuki and
Yukio and Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Which was great and exciting and very positively sort of embraced, I think. But then also having Deadpool have sort of this weird tongue-in-cheek relationship with Colossus throughout, where he would grab all sorts of parts of Colossus and make jokes about it. And I raised this question to you earlier, which was like, is this something that we're excited about? Do we, are we invested in the fact that, Deadpool had all these moments and we know that Deadpool's pansexual and all these things? Or is there something problematic about this idea that the entire sort of plot of Deadpool 2 was around Deadpool's sort of relationship with Vanessa, right? And not actually like establishing that he has sexual feelings. It seems like it could have been a joke had you not known sort of where Deadpool was as a character throughout the whole universe.
Yeah, they do play a lot of his flirtation with males as, excuse me, as something as it's mainly as a joke, right? So it's hard to count that as like amazing, awesome representation. But on the other hand, it was great to see there was like a gay couple there on screen. It's the first big superhero movie to have that, and that meant a lot in a lot of ways. I wish they weren't kind of shuffled off to the side to make room for Cable and Domino, but it was great to have it acknowledged on screen and move on.
That sort of seems to be a theme as well, is that you sort of take your wins with your losses, is that you sort of have to decide, seeing representation on screen, seeing gay characters and seeing them as real people and not just sort of the butt of the joke, is a big win, I think, particularly seeing it in a Marvel movie. And the fact that Deadpool was sort of flirtatious, initially when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And maybe, we don't necessarily need to dig too much deeper into it. But I thought that it was worth pointing out, sort of thinking about how that works. Within the Marvel universe, what other characters are we have we seen on screen that we know are gay, haven't seen on screen?
Yeah,
that sort of
so Deadpool exists in the like X-Men universe owned by Fox, which actually isn't a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is a very nerdy distinction to make, but it still matters because the MCU still doesn't have a big screen queer hero, even though they've adapted certain characters who are queer in the comics and put them on screen. For example, Ao, who is one of the Dora Milaje in Black Panther, Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok. Both of them actually had scenes that did show that they were queer in one way or another, and then they were left on the editing room floor. So that's how close we've come.
Right.
Is that it's on the editing room floor. It wasn't even put on the DVD.
Well, that's, I think, goes back to the question, is it enough to have the characters on screen? Or is it important to showcase, in some way, imply that their queerness through relationships or through comments or through full romantic storylines, right? Is that really the end goal here? We obviously want to see queer characters, but we also want people to know that they're queer. Otherwise, what is the value? Is there value, sort of?
Right. And then also when we're talking about when we want queer characters on screen, there's this great thing that GLAAD has on their website, the GLAAD.
Right.
It's called the Vito-Russo test. And if you know the Bechdel test, then it's similar to that. But does this gay character meet these basic tenets of being just like a three-dimensional, worthwhile, important gay character? And it's that you can verify that they are gay when you see them on screen. Like there's something there. They are distinguishable from other characters. I have unique traits. And also that they matter to the story, which is the big one. They're not there just to be like the sassy gay friend who just does one-liners and stuff. They actually, if you take them out, the story wouldn't be the same, wouldn't work. They're important to the story. And they publish a report every year. And then if you look at those stats, then that's when it gets really depressing because there's just a very small percentage. I think 12% of all of the big movies that came out last year from the 7 major studios even had an LGBT character, and only half of those passed the Vito-Russo test. So it can get pretty grim.
It's interesting. There's nothing wrong with being the sassy gay friend either, I don't think. But it is interesting.
Where would we be without that?
Having been one many times. I wonder, before we sort of move on to games a little bit, there's this question that I had about why it is that comics have so many, and maybe not so many, but much more queer characters in them, particularly Marvel comics, and why they haven't made it to the big screen. Sort of, what is the reason? Is it sort of a business thing, or I know we talked about earlier, you only have so much time in a movie, which might seem like a cop-out, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is pretty much a cop-out. I think they always make room in any movie for a straight romance, so I don't see why you can't put in a gay one. A lot of people do say oh, well, the Marvel movies, they're not about, the romance, but they really are. Almost every single Marvel movie is about saving, doing something you shouldn't be doing, taking extreme risks to save someone you love. It's not always a romantic interest. Sometimes it's, your daughter, like an Ant-Man or something like that. Or sometimes in Avengers, it becomes beyond the people and you're saving the world. But a lot of the time, like Captain America, the first Avenger, he's doing that it's for Peggy. The whole anchor of the movie, the emotional hook of the movie is for Peggy, right? When he goes into the ice, you're not so much sad that he's gonna have to take a nap for 50 years. You're sad that he didn't get to have that dance with his girl. And some people, they just want to see that expressed through the queer lens.
That's it. We want more superheroes dancing together.
Exactly. Exactly. Before we move on, I do want to, again, remind everybody that we are fundraising for the Trevor Project, which is a crisis intervention nonprofit that also helps people who are LGBT, who might be questioning wanting to commit suicide or something like that. They're there to help people who are in need. They're a life-saving organization, and we're donating 100% of the proceeds directly to the Trevor Project raised from this stream. And to donate, you can go just right to the Trevor Project's site, which is thetrevorproject.org, and make a donation. Or if you want to do it on YouTube, you can go through their chat function. At the very bottom, there's an emoji. Right next to it, there's a heart. Click the heart, and you can donate. And it lets you type a message that we can read right here. So let's look at a couple of those. Cool. Jack Cat says, "All games are queer now. Sorry, not sorry." Sorry, not sorry.
That's funny.
Yes, thank you so much, Jack Cat. What's this one? This one say. Mark Medina. Mark Medina. He just gave $5. Thanks, Mark. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, just
Just a bunch of hearts.
Yes, just a bunch of hearts.
Love you too.
Digging it.
Yeah.
Love you too. Let's see.
Oh.
Evangeline says, "You guys are awesome." No, you're awesome. Thank you for donating. Yeah. So let's move on.
Sure. So let's talk about games. We're playing games today. As I was looking through a bunch of queer representations in games, my main interest was to look at mainstream games. So the one that I think is most relevant to me and maybe a lot of people is Tracer coming out in Overwatch. Some interesting notes as well, just harkening back to why maybe there's more representation in comics. Tracer came out through one of the Overwatch comics, and she, I believe, has one voice line in-game that references her while she's in sort of the waiting queue, as everyone's sort of waiting to have the match start. She says,
go ahead.
She says, I wonder if I can go visit Emily, and maybe I don't have time, obviously, because she's about to, go play Overwatch. But yeah, that's the only representation in-game. So I think the positives are plentiful for that, right? Like having a gay character in Overwatch is interesting. As far as my understanding, Tracer is the most pronounced romantic, has the most pronounced romantic storyline. Widowmaker obviously has a issue with her husband. That's sort of a thing, but
an issue as in she killed him. And she was taken over.
But it's notable to say that the romance that Overwatch has decided to focus on is not only Tracer's, who's the box art character, but it's a lesbian character. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's a lesbian character.
Yeah, and also she's the character that is not necessarily the character that all the other characters are balanced around, but she hasn't been nerfed or buffed, and so there's been some speculation that she is the sort of Overwatch point in which all other Overwatch characters are sort of looking at, if that makes sense. So it's interesting in a game as big as Overwatch to have that much representation. As you go through other games, the lesser known games I think get away with more romance, but I think Overwatch is sort of a profound moment of representation in games. The one thing that I think is maybe a double-edged sword for that is that as I was reading through comments, a lot of game representation decides to focus on female characters. And there is no negativity with that. Obviously, I think queer representation of women is super important and great, but one of the speculations is that the reason why a lot of lesbians are featured is because they're such a predominantly straight male audience, which is sort of like a cynical view, like sort of like a little nefarious, I think. But going back to the theme of like taking the wins where you can, I think it's amazing to see a space in which female queer people are represented so well. And I think underpinning that, I think we showed that a little earlier, was the Last of Us kiss at E3. E3 is the biggest moment in gaming for the year, and Sony's conference was obviously one of the most anticipated, if not the most anticipated. And say what you will about how it was orchestrated, but to start off with this cinematic of Ellie having this kiss, with this female character, I think it's pretty profound for a game convention that may not focus on romance at all or storylines at all. They decided to start off their gameplay trailer, I think the first gameplay trailer, with this cinematic, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I was talking about this earlier with Cassidy. For those who've been watching the whole stream, and thank you, by the way, that The Last of Us 2 will be the first AAA game to have a visible queer lead. And I know Tracer is a lesbian, but we didn't find that out till later, so it's not quite the same when it's the main thrust, like that driving narrative force of the game. But so yeah, it's really just this breaking down doors, big old gay doors.
Yeah, characters that didn't have to come out; they just are sort of who they are, and that sort of thing.
And so I'm gonna check the chat here. James gave us $20. Thanks, James. That's a couple Overwatch loot boxes that he gave up in order to help the Trevor Project. Hannah says, "So happy to have LGBT plus folks as part of the gaming community. Your strength inspires me."
Nice.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, and thank you for the wonderful donation.
Your donation inspires me.
Yes. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about before we go, because we are almost out of time, is Star Wars. So with The Force Awakens, everyone met Poe and Finn, and they were immediately like, oh my god, like not everybody, but there's a certain sect of the fandom who latched onto those two characters, saw how they had so much affection for each other and admired each other, that they're like, this is a romance. This is Star Wars' first ever gay characters.
They had such longing looks.
Yes, yes. And Poe like biting his lip as he sees Finn in his jacket. And then in Last Jedi, Finn ends up having a romance of sorts with Rose, and even though I didn't really buy that kiss at the end, now that I think about it, people were like, okay, so I guess that's not what's happening with these characters. But the intensity around wanting just any gay characters in Star Wars at all, because there have been some in the in the novels and comics and such, but there's never been anything in the movies, and that's what counts. That's what we really want, is representation in the movies, because that's what millions of people see. And that's what matters the most. So I think it would mean the world. It would mean the galaxy to a lot of us to see that. But I was trying to figure out why are people doing this? Because it happened again with Captain America and Bucky. There was a hashtag that caught on like wildfire, and the hashtag was give Captain America a boyfriend. That's what it was. They wanted him to be in a relationship with Bucky, and I will admit that their relationship is stronger than any of the straight relationships. Sure. But then they gave Cap a romance in Civil War with Sharon Carter, and people were like, "Aw." So although some people are still pulling for it after they hugged each other hello in Infinity War. Anyways, but what my point is, I think audiences and a certain sect of the audience at least are starved for queer characters in blockbuster movies, and because we don't get them, they're just taking any two male characters that have chemistry on screen, and they're shipping them and they're pairing them together, and they're making hashtags and Tumblr posts and everything. So I think that's a big just red siren, an alert to the big studios out there that, hey, people want this. Certainly we do. Good Lord knows not everyone.
Definitely.
I think we're fighting the good fight to try and make that happen, and because representation is so important, because it normalizes gay people in a way they currently aren't.
And I think that's a good takeaway, is that representation has gotten better as people have been coming out and queerness has become more mainstream. And so the next thing, as you're saying, the next mainstream pillar is a gay character in Star Wars. We need it to get a little queer. We need Star Wars to get a little queer.
Get a little queer in there. We just got another donation from Dane, who says, Happy Pride, heyo. And thanks, IGN, for celebrating LGBTQA plus people. We are happy to do it. And again, thank you for the donation. All proceeds are going to the Trevor Project, which is a crisis intervention organization that helps young people, queer people, and gives them help where they might not get it from other people if they're kicked out of their house. That really happens. It's not something where you just kind of hear about that. It's actually the reality for some people. So they help people like that. It's also a suicide prevention hotline, and people can go to them for help if they don't know how to cope with their lives, whether it's their parents, their extended family, their religion, something that, tells them that they're not good enough or they're not right because they're queer. But that is completely not the case. We want you here. We want you to come play some games with us and talk about superheroes.
Definitely. Yeah, exactly. They're a great organization. And that's about it. I think that's all the time we have. We have more games that we're playing coming up, so stick around.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to our IGN Pride stream. I'm Armando. This is Eric Sapp.
Hello.
And thank you so much for tuning in. A huge shout out to everybody who has donated so far via Super Chat. You guys are amazing, and I love you all. Just a reminder, if you are just tuning in, we are fundraising for the Trevor Project. And for those of you that don't know, the Trevor Project is a nonprofit organization that provides crisis intervention and suicide prevention for LGBTQA+ youth. So anything from depression or suicidal thoughts or bullying, Trevor Project will help them. So go ahead and get on Super Chat. You can use the little heart-shaped handshake icon to donate. Or if you want to donate directly to the Trevor Project, just hit up thetrevorproject.org and donate that way. And yeah, we are going to be playing a great game today.
Yes,
I
we
know,
are.
A lot of you have expressed interest in this game on the chat so far. We are going to be playing Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator.
That's right.
Huge shout out to the artist Baths for that wonderful music you were just listening to.
Oh, Baths is so good.
Yeah, I love him. And take it away, Eric. So I've never played this game before. Can you tell me what this game is?
You date dads.
All right. There we go.
So yeah, you'll see. Basically, it's a dating sim, but it's all a bunch of wonderful dads.
Cool.
And who's this?
Oh, someone's sleeping.
Someone's sleeping.
Amanda, Dad.
Dad.
Yes.
Zzz. Dad, wake up.
So I'm guessing we're the dad.
Yeah, we are the dad.
Let's pretend to be dead. Please.
I let my tongue roll out my mouth and stop breathing. Amanda shakes me. Come on, Dad. This hasn't worked on me since I was 6. I'm sorry, Amanda. This is the end for me. Dad, I swear to God.
Oh my God, this is getting dark. Should have just woken up.
Amanda, I bequeath to you all my earthly possessions. Spread my ashes over my recliner. Okay, well, your corpse better get into the moving van because it's leaving soon.
Oh, hi, Amanda.
Hey. I finally open my eyes and sit up. I'm lying in the middle of the living room, spooning a moving box. I yawn and stretch. Morning, Amanda Panda.
Ugh.
Yikes, Dad, breathe. Go brush your teeth.
That's breath.
Also,
Dad breath.
I was gonna ask, who do you want to read any of the stuff that's happening on the screen? Like, what character do you want to?
Oh, we get to build our daddy.
Forge that father.
Okay, this is fantastic. Okay. Apologies in advance if our entire segment revolves around us building our perfect dad.
Or our trashiest dad. Nasty dad. All right,
let's do it. Let's go with bod. I'm thinking, let's go straight dad bod.
Okay, so thick?
Thicker.
That's the thickest you can get. So you have thick dad bods, and they also have thick non-binary dad bods.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Let's go with that one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Hair.
do it.
Skin tone?
Let's go. Shout out to my fellow brown people in the chat. Let's go brown.
Which tint?
I don't know. This is really difficult. That's pretty good.
That?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heads.
Let's go.
Chiseled. All round.
He looks like Aang from Avatar, The Last Airbender.
No, he kind of looks like Russell from
but
Gorillaz.
Like dad mode.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. Sure.
Ooh, chiseled. Okay, shadow?
Ooh.
We'll come back.
Okay.
Hair.
Oh, dang. No, too Hasselhoff. No, too Owen Wilson. No, man buns. No thanks. Shaved head? I like it. I'm not in love with it.
Nah.
I like that. That's cool. That's fun. Too normal. No.
It's a little adventurous.
That.
No,
Let's do it.
hang on. Hey, no, we got options.
Okay.
We got options.
Okay, I think we should go through all the options.
We're going through all of them.
Okay.
There's one of them, I think, at the end that I think we're going to have to settle on.
Okay,
so.
okay. Huge shout out to Isaiah Smith. #perfect dad. That's what we're aiming for. But you know, nobody's perfect, and that's okay. But
we're gonna make the perfect
goal.
dad. Ooh, pompadour. Ponytail.
All right. Ooh,
Puff
yes. Ooh, emo. I like it.
Goku. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh man.
Okay, so we're gonna go Goku.
I'm going Goku. Green. Let's see.
Ooh, Trunks.
I'm down. Let's do that. Ooh. The red? I like the red, but it's very like Ronald McDonald.
A little bit. We need a little bit more grimace. Channeling that grimace a little bit.
I wish there was just like straight purple.
That's the closest we got.
Let's do it.
Okay. Eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
So let's put ourselves in this dad's shoes. They're probably like tired on a regular basis.
Okay, let's get tired eyes.
They're, you know, they're raising a daughter.
I know
Amanda.
my dad had pretty tired eyes. I'm trying to see which one. I think it might have just been that one right there.
Let's do it.
Or, okay, we can just fed up. Noses. Some nose options.
Oh, pointy. I'm not a fan of any of them.
Yeah,
so go ahead and pick your favorite
let's just
one.
do basic nose.
Yeah.
Noses are hard.
Ooh. Moody.
Moody.
Ooh, voluptuous. Teeth.
Just teeth. Cat
Ooh,
mouth.
lip smile. Aw, sad.
Ooh.
Is that a toothpick?
I think it's a toothpick. I think it's a toothpick. I was gonna say it's a cigarette, but I think it's a toothpick. Basic. Smirking.
Ooh.
Tongue out.
Let's do the tongue out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eyebrows. Okay. Should we make them like the wrong colors?
Yes. I like green. Actually, go with the green.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, battle scars.
Shout out to Jurassic Rabbit. It's time to date that dad. Let's do it.
Okay,
but
okay.
first, we have a couple things to do.
Okay, let's give him
Let's go those. Let's go those.
Okay. Facial hair, full beard.
Full 100%.
Okay.
No, the first one.
That one?
Yeah. That one. No, the other one.
That?
one. Perfect.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go bright red. Perfect.
All right. Glasses.
Let's do.
Make him a bookworm.
Ooh, are you? Kind of looks like you.
I know.
A little
If I
bit.
was Goku.
Are you projecting?
Ooh. Snake bite piercings.
Let's do it.
Clothing.
Put that on his beard. I think our dad looks great in all of these, so let's just go ahead and pick whatever you want. Oh, egg boobs. Let's do it.
Wait, we can make them classier.
Egg boobs.
Egg boobs?
Yeah.
All right. Looking good,
All
daddy.
right, let's do it.
Oh, sorry, it's called egg nips.
Egg nips. Let's do it. Again,
name.
shout out to everybody. Oh, no, this is tough. Dad? This is tough. I don't like this part. This is a lot of pressure.
Oh, no, typo. Dad Goku. Be that
perfect.
dad.
Be that dad.
And huge shout out again to everyone donating. Once again, all donations, 100% of these donations are going to the Trevor Project, who are a suicide prevention organization for queer youth. They've helped tons of my friends in the past, so I love them dearly. So go ahead and donate using Super Chat, or if you want to donate directly to them, hit thetrevorproject.com. Yeah, someone in the chat said Eric Sapp Jr.
He's supposed to be older than me.
Someone else says this is the gayest game ever. Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably.
Could be.
I don't know.
Should it be?
Okay, so are you being Amanda, or am I the dad?
So we are the dad, and that's our daughter, Amanda.
Okay. Going these dusty albums on top of the pile, and we begin looking through it.
That's the coolest baby I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. The only way your father and I, the only way your mother and I. Wait, what is it asking?
It's asking if you are bi or queer. If you had a wife or a husband.
Father. Our dad is super queer.
He is.
Yeah.
Let's look at him.
Mm-hmm. But whenever we try to take them off, you'd start crying again. You spent the first 2 years of your life with sunglasses on.
Nice.
Halloween, when you were maybe 4?
Oh my god, that dragon costume. Oh, am I Amanda?
Yeah, you're Amanda.
Oh, okay, I'm Amanda.
De facto Amanda.
Okay.
You couldn't decide between being a princess or a dragon, so you went with both. Princess Dragon.
Why do I remember crying in that dragon costume?
You saw yourself in the mirror and realized you were afraid of dragons. Seeing yourself inside a dragon's mouth was a realization of your greatest fear, I think.
Right, yep. Definitely repressed that memory.
And this is you in your house phase.
Horse house phase.
You were really into that Berlin electronic music back in those days, huh?
Dad.
I believe you named that plush horse Sir Horsington. the
Sir
Brave.
Housington. I don't think that was his.
Amanda lunges for the photo, but I quickly snatched away and hold it above her head with my superior dad arms.
Nice try. Oh, sorry, your dad.
Nice try, but this is important blackmail for later down the road. That's kind of like toxic.
Go ahead. Go ahead and
Jeez,
try
Dad.
me. I've seen pictures of you in your ska band.
Ska was cool at one point. Ouch, kid. I'd wear that as a badge of honor. The Communist Manifesto had a chance back in the day. I look off into the distance and reminisce about the rad horn section.
Hey, it's Emma P. No, Dad, that's Emma R. I didn't meet Emma P until high school.
Honey, I promise you, wholeheartedly, that I will never stop mixing those two up.
Aww.
Dad, Emma R has been my best friend since I was 7. Give it like a little bit of effort.
Oh, right. Emma P was the one who... Okay. Emma P tried to steal people's pets, fired a flaming tennis ball at the police station. Ooh, anarchy. Pooped her pants during a sleepover. Pooped her pants
Pooped her
during a
pants.
sleepover.
That's what I picked too. Dad, that was me. I did that. Plot twist.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Oh.
And I was having a sleepover with Emma R, who isn't Emma P. She never told anyone, though. True blue, that Emma R. Anyway, I gotta show this to Emma R later. She'll get a kick out of it. I'll read your dad's.
Oh, no. The first photography award you ever won.
Yeah, and it got us a $20 gift card to McFridays. And then you got food poisoning from the cheesy tostada blast.
I think you mean food poisoning. Poisoning, you know, with a Z.
Dad.
Still can't drive past McFridays without gagging. Still proud of you, though.
Amanda reaches deep down into the box and pulls out one last photo.
Aww. Wait, that looks nothing like our dad.
That's
That's
our husband.
Oh, aw, that's so sad.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
I finally decided to break the silence.
This was the day we adopted you.
That?
Sure. It's kind of a funny story. The day we brought you home, we got in a car accident. It wasn't anything big, just a little fender bender in the parking lot, but of course I was freaking out, and the little old lady who crashed into us was freaking out, and I didn't know what to do. But your father, oh man. He holds my hand, looks me directly in the eye, the calmest I've ever seen him. He says, "It's okay. It's all gonna be okay."
He was right, you know.
I stare at the picture longer, maybe too long. This is really sad.
It's a little heavy. It's a little heavy.
I just want to date dads. I don't want to like be like.
Should I just speed run this? Yeah,
let's do it.
Okay.
Let's start dating some dads. I'm like feeling sad.
Okay.
But
I think we're getting to a point now where we're going to the car, take one last look at the old house. So many memories here. Hard to believe your father and I brought this place almost 20 years ago. Hey, remember when I shattered the front window playing catch? You always had very strong arms. Hey, remember when I shattered the other front window pretending to be Robot who breaks windows? You were a very imaginative child. Hey, remember when I broke the back window? You get it, Amanda. You break stuff. And there'll be plenty more stuff for me to break in the new place. Memories to make and stuff to break. You ready? We sit in silence for a moment. Watch my daughter grow up in this house. It will forever hold a place in my heart, but it still stings a little bit to leave it behind. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
The moving van begins to pull away, and I get into the car into position to follow it. Sorry. I watch our old house, disappear in the rearview mirror. So what? So sell me on a cool new pad. Clear my throat and do my best cheesy announcer voice.
Nestled in beautiful, scenic Maple Bay, our new house features multiple places to sleep. Not only are the bedrooms for your sleeping pleasure, but couches and floor space where you can, yes, catch a wink. What does that mean? Like sleep?
Yeah.
That was like shorthand for like twink.
Alright. Let's try to find some dads. Sorry, this is a lot.
Yeah, let's do it. No, it's fine. Just want to like get dating, you know?
Okay, let's try to get to the house. And that's when the dads start like, oh, here's the house.
That's a cute house, little ranch style house.
Yeah.
First, shout out to Kalila for the $10 donation
Thank
to
you, Kalila.
the Trevor Project. Thank you so much. I love you with all my heart. You're amazing, and don't stop being amazing.
For sale sign is no more. Nice form, Sweet Pea. I got a problem with authority. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my daughter. Man, all that karate chop and tucking me out. I could really go for a sandwich. Ice cream sandwich.
Sweetie, it's 10 a.m. I eat sandwiches at 10 a.m. all the time.
Ice cream sandwiches?
Oh, ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that. Did you even see all the dogs in the park nearby? Let's do that.
Oh, sorry, I was like reading it in my head. You know it. Thank you for moving us to an area where the dog to person ratio is very high.
I want what's best for you.
I hope you're prepared for the frequency at which I interrupt conversations to yell dog to rocket way up. That's literally me in real life.
I mean, you do that a lot.
Hey, it's a dog.
Oh.
Wait, false alarm. It was just a funny shaped rock.
If you want to see real dogs so bad, let's go to the park around the corner. Yes, let's meet people. Let's meet our potential dad at the dog park. Amanda and I begin to stroll through the neighborhood. I can't believe how beautiful it is outside. Kids are playing in the street, the flowers are in bloom, and the faint smell of a nearby barbecue drifts through the air. This place is nice.
Too nice. I don't trust it.
Good eye, honey. You know, she's like pretty smart.
She's really cool. I really like Amanda.
You can never be too careful. See that baby in the stroller over there? Government operative.
We're on to you, baby.
Maybe a little paranoid, but like,
a little bit. She's rebellious.
We walk for a while, eventually end up at a small park. Toddlers chase each other through the playground. Dogs of all shapes and sizes romp through the grass. It's pretty crowded, but Amanda spots a nice empty bench. We start to make our way over to it when... Heads up!
Whoa!
Ow! A frisbee suddenly hits me in the face. Woof. I thought it was another dad.
I know. Oh, but hey, Mondo, you're about to see. You're about to see. It all makes sense. It all makes sense.
A corgi with a neat... Did you throw this thing in my head? I like your necktie. I like your necktie. Rough. He runs around in circles and nudges my leg with his nose. Oh God, this is the cutest dog.
Can I help you?
Impart upon me your wisdom, tiny dog.
How long do I have left?
How did you know?
Wait, oops.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine.
Oh, he don't like that.
Grr. What's that? I'm already too late. My fate was predetermined for me long ago. I have no real agency in this cruel lifetime. Rough. You're right. I am the master of my domain, for fate is unknowable. Thank you, wise dog.
Arf.
You definitely could have caught that. A guy in a Hawaiian shirt jogs over to take...
Daddy!
Damn! Oh my
Zaddy!
God! What's your name?
You know, frisbees are traditionally caught up with your hands, not your face. Wait, should I do like a deeper voice for him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try.
Just look at him. Okay, I need to like...
I'm a little flustered.
I'm a little flustered. I don't know what to tell him right now at this point. Okay, so... Ooh, bottom one. I'll catch you with my teeth next time. You caught me off guard on this round. Not again. Never. Not ever again.
Ha. Oh, eggplant emojis just came out. I was just messing with you. I'm Brian, by the way.
Brian? Okay.
Dad. This is my daughter. I look over to Amanda only to find her sitting on the ground rubbing the dog's tummy. Hi. Your dog's cool. Old Maxwell sure loves the attention. It's great to see another father and daughter out here on such a sunny day. Where's yours?
Brian gestures over a grassy knoll, where a young girl sits on a checkered blanket. She's reading a book bigger than her head. She puts it down and heads over to us. Oh, he has a daughter too? Mm-hmm. She's reading the brothers Karamazov. I'm not sure what that is. Her teacher tells me that she is in the reading comprehension skill of a high schooler. How old is she?
10. She's a... Anyways.
So for the sake of time, where can we go from here with Brian?
I think we'd skip past the scene. Yep.
Oh. What?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
What is this?
You have to do a dad battle.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay. So I skipped all that, but basically Brian is like the rival dad, Pokemon rival.
Okay.
And so you have to outbrag him with your daughter's accomplishments in a Pokemon battle.
Ugh. So typical.
I know.
Let's brag about our children. Yeah, let's brag.
Oh, Amanda here just recently won a local photography award. Brian, wow, congratulations. Brian loses 10 HP. Brian, Daisy actually just won a statewide poetry contest. You lose 15 HP. Dad's HP, 65. Brian's HP, 70.
Okay, what's D8? Oh, daughter?
Can't switch daughters. Amanda's your only daughter. Item.
Let's do spelling bee photo. It's the cutest thing on earth.
Fumbling through your phone's browser, you managed to pull up a photo of Amanda winning her 10th grade spelling bee. Wow, congratulations, Amanda. Daisy is getting prepped for her annual spelling bee right now. Hopefully this will be her third win in a row. Yikes, you lose 5 HP. Daisy just started a weekly chess club at her elementary school computer lab. She's the president too, of course. Dang, my high school doesn't even have a chess club or a computer lab.
Wow.
You lose 10 HP.
Public schools, man.
Public schools, man.
Just kidding.
Last week, unprompted, Amanda helped an old woman with her grocery bags. It's extra powerful. Brian loses 20 HP.
Oh my gosh. So his daughter's like Star Citizen, apparently?
I guess.
I don't need this. I don't need this. I'm just kidding. Keep going.
Okay. How is that even possible? Amanda can barely get one of those sticky hand things. It's extra powerful. You lose 20 HP. Dad's HP. Brian's item. Band-Aid. You produce a Band-Aid from your pocket, take a knee, and start to apply it to Amanda's arm. What are you doing, Dad? Being a protective parent, anyone would agree it is an unusual gesture. You lose 10 HP. Did I mention Daisy said her first word at 10 months? Daddy.
Ooh, me too.
Amanda's was potty, still cute, but maybe this isn't the time to bring it up. You lose 10 HP. Alright, I'm just gonna get knocked out.
Okay,
Amanda's in all honors classes this semester. Brian loses 10. Oh, really? I'm actually talking to Daisy's teachers about having her skip a grade. Even Amanda kind of bristles at that one. You lose 20 HP. Dang, he's really got us beat. Boy, it's been such a treat getting to meet you two. Arg, did he have to add insult to injury by being such a gracious winner? So I take it you guys are new to the neighborhood? Oh, we just moved in.
Did we lose?
Yeah, you're supposed to lose.
Gosh.
You want me to
it's rigged.
Yeah, it's rigged.
Okay.
Do you want me to skip past this part and see if we can?
Yeah, I don't think we have much time left.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to XD Momo. I know who you are. Love the stream. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to you. You're the best. Love you and everything you do. Don't change.
Go to the coffee shop. We walked down the street to the Coffee Spoon, a cute little place on the corner. Man, this is such a convenient walking distance from our place. I mean, I guess it's wrong. Why would I go somewhere and drink coffee on a couch when I could just drink better coffee at home on my own couch and not have to make awkward eye contact with other people? At least when I'm home, some random guys are going to come up and sit in the recliner next to me, and I won't feel like a little weird about it because technically he's not sitting at my table. He's very much within my personal zone, capitalized. Bad. It's etiquette when you have a dirty mug. Has there been? Do you set it up on the counter because you don't know where else to put it? Let's skip past this. Let's go to the coffee.
Oh, coffee shop, you say? Oh! What's his name?
You're gonna find out.
I love
Vinyl
him.
records line the walls and patrons lounge around on well-worn couches. Some cool tunes spin on the record player next to the little stage.
Hey.
Matt. Welcome to the Coffee Spoon, guys. How's it going? What's with the name?
Hey, dude.
Oh, it's kind of dumb. It gets mentioned in this poem I like, and I thought it was a good idea at the time, and I suppose now it's still a good idea because, like, the business is still running. But people ask me that question all the time, and I give them the same answer every time, but now I'm standing here rambling. I'm sure we're all getting more and more uncomfortable the more I keep talking, but man, we're in it now, and I can't stop.
Oh.
Don't stop. Just keep talking at me.
Keep talking, Daddy. So what'll it be? I scan the chalkboard menu and immediately overwhelmed. I'll have a...
Oh my gosh, me every time I go to a coffee
But,
shop.
like,
I'm just like,
which one are you gonna pick?
Godspeed to You Black Coffee, because I like that band.
Chai N-word.
Chai N-word's pretty good.
All right.
Okay, well, that just about does it for our time limit, but just so everyone knows, I'm gonna go back to playing this game and romancing that dad to hell. Thank you so much again for all you guys who have donated thus far. All donations, 100% of the donations are going to the Trevor Project. They're amazing. Look them up at thetrevorproject.org. My name's Armando. This is Eric Sapp.
Hello.
Thank you so much. And we have some more games coming out for you guys, so stay tuned.
Thank you all.
Love you.
Everything is going to be okay. It's an interactive zine based on abstract life experiences that are kind of a commentary on struggle, survival, overcoming hardships, and kind of finding hope at the end of all that. It's framed as an interactive zine, and it comes off as dark comedy at the beginning, and as you interact with it, it kind of starts facilitating a discussion and opening up these topics. And my hope was with this that it creates a platform for being able to face these issues in a way that helps people cope with them. And yeah, so each of these pages is a different vignette. This one is one of the more silly ones. It's kind of like social media. You go say random shit at these friends and they follow you or unfollow you based on whatever you say. And yeah, it's like each of these pages is really ridiculous, and often the interaction that it's asking you to take. And like in this case now, they're all okay, cool, we followed you. If you say something wrong, they'll leave you or make a funny face at you.
These were bad friends.
You are truly alone in this world, and there's no fixing that. No, you are wrong. Drugs are amazing, and everyone should solve their problems with them. I must depart and better myself on the job market.
This friendship broke.
There's no hope. Abandon all hope.
Like every page is very different in the situation it puts you in. They all have a ending state, win or lose state, so I mean, there is a point to your interaction. It's not like it's completely random and absurdist.
They're good friends. Just look at them go.
Yeah, cool. So we made one friend at the very end. Cute thing too is when you finish these, it often asks you to tweet this, and it actually does tweet whatever you do, and people don't know this. So when a browser window opens up and says whatever, hooray, one person died for me today, I'm falling on spikes, people tweet that, and then they're like, oh shit, no, that wasn't me, I'm playing a game. It's kind of cute to watch it fuck up people's timelines. Yeah, so like that was one. This one's cute too. In this one, you're trying to keep a conversation for as long as possible without letting it get awkward. And if you let it get awkward, then they, you know, they don't want to talk to you anymore, so you have to be cool and keep in line with the topic. It gives you a hint at the top, like politics. So, which one? Step? No, that was wrong. It gives you a hint at the top, and you have to quickly select whatever sounds right, and then you say it, and they either like it or they don't like it. For example, that was right. Yeah. We're doing it. We're talking.
Awareness of blah 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 in these times is important.
Cute thing too is like with a lot of these pages, you're only trying to prevent the inevitable, which is like doom. In this case, awkwardness will always reach maximum. You're just trying to keep it from being awkward for as long as possible, so you participate in the conversation for as long as possible. And it keeps track of how many seconds you've done that successfully. So like, yeah, this one is like, hooray, you talked non-awkwardly for 120 seconds. You're so good at this.
Yep, totally agree.
Yeah, so like, yeah, that was, just close it. Other cute ones, they get really lengthy too. For example, this is one of the longer ones.
You are such love. Will you help me find it? Absolutely. Yum, 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 yum.
Each of these pages has a lot of stuff hidden too, so it's like there's many levels to this. There's that level that of the environment it's putting you in, or sometimes there's icons hidden in every page where you interact with them and it'll open up new pages. So it's kind of like if you were interacting with a person, if you take the time to get to know them, it really opens up and starts discussing things with you. If you just superficially interact with it, then you just get that first layer, which I think it's really fascinating in a game, as if there's many ways of playing it. It's not just that one way. In this one, you're trying to find love, so you're talking to these crushes and you blurt out random shit, and if it succeeds, they'll throw themselves at you, and if not, then well, they go up in flames.
Can love even be unconditional?
So like point is to click around and explore each of these settings. It's not a right way or a wrong way of doing it. You know, it's more like, well, like I said, it's an interactive zine. It's not so much of a game as it is an environment that you explore, or a setting that you are part of, or a impression or a message that you're participating in. So it's very different. It's something you approach without a mindset of, okay, I'm playing a game. There's newer ones at the bottom here, the missing pages. These were added, that's part of the update. They were added later. They're part of elaborating on this by adding personal writing about the topics of, you know, overcoming or dealing with depression and hard life topics. It's something you really have to play on your own, make room for it, and, you know, read the stuff, because it gets pretty deep. So yeah, like this one is a deteriorating OS that you're exploring, and it's being eaten up by virtual vermin, and you talk to these little programs and they cries for help or give you tasks to do. It's cute, you know, like aside from reading the personal life stories, there's that you can do. So there's lots of tangents in this thing for you to explore and get lost in. Yeah, so that's Everything Is Going to Be Okay, and if you are interested in checking it out, you can find it on itch.io, search for Everything Is Going to Be Okay, or look me up on Twitter. My name's Alien Melon. It's gonna be my pinned tweet, so it's not that hard to find. Yeah, if you're interested in personal games that are very different, about life stories and experiences, you might like this. So yeah, check it out. Thanks. Bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Cassidy Moser. This right here is my good friend Winston Schuin.
Hello.
Winston.
Hi. Yes.
How do you feel about dating sims about young lesbians romancing each other?
I actually am so excited for it. Like, I know that Eric and Mondo was playing like Dream Daddy, and I'm kind of nervous, but then like this is gonna kick it off like to the next level.
Yes, I have good news for you, because today we are going to be playing Butterfly Soup, which is again a lesbian dating sim that stars all queer characters, all female, I believe.
I think
and
so.
Also, what's kind of cool, and we can definitely get into this, is that I think the majority of the characters in this are Asian. Yeah, before we do that though, just a quick reminder, thank you so much everybody for joining us today. We are raising money for the Trevor Project, which is an amazing charity that has services for people, especially LGBT youth and older people, to help them, especially in suicide prevention. So if you are able, and if you're able to give us any money, that would be incredible. All proceeds are going to them.
Yeah, it's not even coming through us.
We're not
just
even
going,
gonna see it.
Yeah, it's just going directly.
It looks
to them.
like, yep. And if you do it through Super Chat, you get to have a fun shout out, and I'm gonna rub up against my mic and annoy everybody. Okay, so kick this off.
I'm so excited.
Let's do this. Okay, so Butterfly Soup, cool thing about this game, it is available on PC for free, and it also is pay what you want, which is a really awesome way to support developers.
Yeah, and the developer is actually, I believe she's Asian American too. I did a little bit of Googling, and she studied from USC, graduated 2015. Now she's in the SF Bay Area, so like a lot of cool things is happening, and like I really like her background. I grew up in the city too, so like there's a lot of I kind of really am excited about this.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so sad here, we're just starting off at the top. Once upon a time, there lived a princess called Min Seo. She liked weapons. Everyone was terrified of her. That's the dream. That is the Pride Month dream.
To have weapons or to be terrified?
A little both.
Yeah, a little bit both.
Ruthless and gay, as one called Ellie in the Last of Us 2 trailer. She'd threaten you with knives and steal and break your things. That's just mean. She always got sent to the principal's office because she was bad. Still, she was a lovely princess, and tragically, she was cursed to prick her finger on a spindle and die.
Whoa.
Very Sleeping Beauty of her.
Yeah.
Sure enough, one day, like a total idiot, she touched one. Oh man. And she fell into a deep, death-like slumber. I kind of like the art on this already. Like the kind of sketchy look to it is really nice.
Yeah, I think it's a really good introduction to it. Oh.
This is the worst story in history. All right. Oh, interesting. There's like a little bit of like tracking.
Like parallax kind of thing. Yeah. I like the Hot Wheels sweatshirt too.
Were you ever into Hot Wheels? Was that a big thing for you?
No, like I'm too poor for cars as a kid. I was also like the younger kid, so like I only got hand-me-downs.
Of course.
Yeah.
You had action figures with missing hands and limbs
Yeah,
and paint
yeah.
on them. And,
Yeah, I learned to look on the bright side. 3 out of 4 limbs ain't bad, you know?
Still do something with that.
Yeah.
Wait, Min, that's not how it goes. I'm right here, the evil dragon. Okay, so this sounds like kids on a playground.
Mm.
I think that's what kind of.
Yeah, I don't think they're like quite in high school yet.
No. Oh. I like Min Seo. This girl brings the heat. Oh, this kid is cool.
Evil dragon got no words.
He's just out. The hero has arrived. As Min Seo's twin, he's trying to reason with her. Wait, the Arthur shirt.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I really like the pop culture reference.
That's really good. Min, that's impossible. Who cares? If I have a gun, I win.
Wow.
I mean, that's paper, scissors, rock. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
You win that one. Dia. It's difficult to argue against Min's brand of logic. Okay, you win. Let's just start over. This time someone else be the princess, not me. I'm the only girl left, so I guess that's me. Yeah, whenever we would play stuff like this when I was a kid, you will be shocked to find out that I was rarely the princess, and usually wound up playing a more masculine role in these things.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's times have changed, and like, I'm so happy to have like games like these that kind of reflect like more diversity and more on that spectrum of like, you know, yeah.
Yeah. So one thing that you and I kind of talked about before we came in here, and that if you want to, if you're comfortable with it, I would absolutely love to hear more about, is kind of the representation of races within LGBT representation, because there's obviously different layers to these things, and a lot of the time we see, you know, more white or white passing people that kind of take the forefront of these things, which is why this game I think is actually kind of cool, because it's mostly exclusively Asian people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for outing me. I am Chinese. But yeah, absolutely. Sorry, mom. But yeah, like I think having a game like this where it's not only, you know, queer representation, but at the same time, you know, Asian representation, I think is really important for me. Like, and this is me personally, I always kind of struggle between the identity of being like a Chinese man and a gay man, you know, like I often have to choose one or the other. And like with games like these, even though this technically, you know, it's a queer lesbian dating simulator, but it still hits very close to home to me in terms of like, oh wow, we're finally getting to a point where it represents more than just A or B, and you can actually have both.
Totally.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, there's definitely like a Venn diagram, I think, that doesn't overlap as much as I think a lot of people would like, because obviously representation is a very layered and a very complex thing. So yeah, it is really cool when those things kind of start to intersect beyond just here's the white people. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I don't think it has to be like, I think it could be a little bit of everything, right? It doesn't have to be like, oh, Asian representation has to be in everything. Like everything must be like the Crazy Rich Asian has to be the next Black Panther, and there needs to be like a cinematic universe out of it or whatever. Like we're not saying that, but something would be nice. Having like a choice in something would be nice.
Yeah, there's often like a Highlander argument where it's like there can only be one. It's like, oh, let's
No,
back
no,
the car
yeah.
up a little bit on that. I think we can do multiple.
Sometimes the more really is the merrier, you know?
So we are back at kind of a story segment here again. She's just talking about buff women, and I just really appreciate that. Nothing could break the spell but her true love's kiss. For many years, Dia, get up. I'm here to rescue you. I really like Minseo because she's got like this whole tomboy aesthetic going on here.
Yeah.
She's got kind of like scuffed up on her cheeks. I just really appreciate this kid.
And obviously, I think this game takes multiple hours to finish. So like, we're not gonna finish the story today. But I think what's more important is showcasing that there are games like that, you know, like this one. I think it's kind of cool. And she's very, she's not quiet at all, Minseo. So,
I like the effects that it kind of uses too, like that screen
Yeah.
shake kind of gives it a little bit more personality beyond just text. More guns, we're bringing more guns in here. Oh man, I always loved these games. Like, it's fun to watch kids like play like this because it's always like they're one-upping each other on these nonsensical rules. It's like Calvin Ball.
and real quick, while we're going through the dialogue, I just wanted to thank Isaiah real quick for a $10 donation, and then also for Mitch as well. Thank you
Mitch.
both. Yeah.
Aw.
So keep it coming. Everything is gonna go 100% to Trevor Project, which is a very important cause.
Yeah, the Trevor Project is an incredible charity and organization. Dia rises to her feet. I also have a gun.
So I'm starting to think that everyone has a gun.
I
in
think
this
so,
game.
yeah. This is that standoff on the playground. All right, what should we do here? Should we shoot the dragon? Should we shoot Min, June, or
I definitely
shoot the
don't want
deflected
to.
bullet?
I definitely don't want to shoot any people.
Okay, let's shoot that deflected
yeah,
bullet then.
let's do that.
Let's do that really cool Robin Hood move. I deflected the deflected bullet with my own bullet. Awesome.
That is some math right there.
I like that they just changed his name to Gun.
Yeah. Before it was just a question mark, right?
Why didn't you just shoot him directly? This way is cooler. I agree. I like her because she's got a little bit of style with everything too. That's good.
I really like the logic in all of this too, you know.
Perfect.
There it is. There it
she
is.
I just want everything she says on a t-shirt.
Bang.
Oh no.
Here's an instant replay.
Oh no. This is like, did you ever play Enter the Gungeon?
I've seen the trailer. I've heard about it. I've actually never played
This
it.
sounds like a gun that they would have in that game.
Yeah, like a gun in a gun
It's
kind
a
of
gun
thing.
that shoots smaller guns. Which explode. That's pretty dope.
Which is pretty much a gun, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Good. Kid logic is my favorite.
Yeah. I can sense like her being offended by being questioned in that logic right there. See,
Exactly.
There it is. There it is. Right
There's
there.
that rage,
Yep.
just unbridled. Man lunges at him. He sidesteps and darts up to the side. She looks like she's having trouble. So it sounds like we're kind of taking the role of Dia right now.
Yeah, I definitely think Dia is kind of the main character, at least for now.
Yeah, I admittedly don't know as much about this game as I wish I did.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool that both of us are playing this without playing it before. So for the first time, we get like first reaction.
So I guess one thing that I kind of would love to hear your thoughts on is just how representation in games and in media kind of helps, like if it helped you, if it played any role for you in kind of coming to terms with your own identity.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like for me, and this is on me personally, I can't speak for anyone else, but like for me, oftentimes I have to pick, you know, like if I go and you know, lean into my Asian identity, oftentimes is very heteronormative, right? Like every movie that you see, every book that you read, like it's a guy and a girl, which is fine because that's the world that we grow up in, and it's totally fine. But like in terms of representation, there's something missing there. And then when I go to the LGBT side, you know, it's definitely 2018. I have a lot more. That's super cute.
I love this so much. Anyway, I'm sorry, continue.
But on the LGBT side, like obviously we have a lot more selection. Like on the Netflix, there's its own category, which is awesome. But oftentimes you kind of see two white actors playing, and it's cool too. It's not like, but it's not 100%. So oftentimes it's very hard for me. And I grew up in San Francisco. I was born in Hong Kong, so I actually speak Chinese as well. So like there's that layer of it's like a 5-layer burrito, you know.
Sure.
So there's like different things, but you know, the cool thing with this game is that I don't know if she speaks Chinese, but the game is available in Chinese too.
Oh, cool.
And like, so for me, when I started doing research, I'm kind of peeling back the layers, like, oh, it has a lot of representation, it has a lot of like, and it has Chinese in it for not just people like me, but like people who don't necessarily speak English or live in America, like they can also get this. And this game is for free, like it hits every single, like if I were 17 and if this has Google Docs, this would be my dream game.
Oh, totally.
Basically.
Yeah, I like in the video that we put up today about our favorite LGBT characters, like one of my favorite segments is Mondo's, because he talks about playing The Sims 2 and being able to kind of live out a life that he didn't feel safe to do in that time and place.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was kind of me. I mean, like, I'm a little bit older than Mondo, like not too much, but like, yeah, I was in college when the I was in college when the first Sim happened, and I definitely went to I was in a blue state. I went to a school in upstate New York. There's nothing like bad, but at the same time, I wasn't quite there to fully, you know, express myself. And that's where games like The Sims, where it's for everyone, and that's where I can kind of build my life and structure, like, oh, I can do this, I can do that,
Yeah,
like,
totally.
and try things out. You know, I think that's really important. And I think a game like Butterfly Soup also offers that to other people as well.
Yeah, I think, like, at least for me, speaking from my own experience, I had a lot of trepidation on my own side when I first started coming out, and like being able to consume media that had this representation helped me kind of normalize it for myself.
Yeah.
And kind of work through a lot of the internalized issues that I had developed throughout my life.
Yeah.
Which is, again, like a big reason why representation is so essential. You know, it's often, I think people get very dismissive of it in a way that it bothers me personally.
Yeah.
You know, saying like, oh, it doesn't matter if it's in it. Like, it does. It really does. It
Yeah.
might not matter to you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But it matters to somebody.
And I think like it's kind of like we're not, again, asking for everything, and it has to be like, you know, I think Jake and Joshua was talking about like, oh, it'd be cool if there's an LGBT character in Star Wars, and that is really, really cool and important for us. But like, we also don't need everything to be in the top shelf, like big franchise. I think a game, an indie game like this, it hits all the notes, like, you know, according, because not everyone. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Continue.
yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
But yeah, that's basically it. Like, the more the merrier. Again, that representation. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Also, I really relate to this. Like, where do you live? San Francisco. Do you actually live in San Francisco? No, I live like 30 minutes away. It's just easier. I used to do that all the time when I lived in Chicago, because I actually lived like 40 minutes north of it, but it's just easier.
I bet if you tell me where it is, I'm like, oh, wait, where's that?
Yeah, if I were to be like, oh yeah, I lived in the Crystal Lake, Illinois area, like you'd be like, okay, sure, whatever, that could be literally anywhere. So I also really appreciate, there are a handful of sports where the lesbian cliche is very strong, and I really appreciate that this one's like kind of playing up that baseball, softball side of things too.
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak to that, but according to all the stereotypes that...
Yeah, I can't really either. I didn't really play those, but my girlfriend was a big softball player back in the day, so yeah. It's just, I find that pretty endearing.
Yeah. And also, like, it's San Francisco, and, you know, our office is, like, next to the ballpark, so that's kind of, like...
It's hard to forget.
Especially right now with the baseball season.
Oh, man. Leaving and having throngs of people coming down 2nd Street.
Yeah.
These two are very cute, I just have to say. Like, this is definitely a game.
I really like the art style. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Let's get popcorn and share. Popcorn is great. They're so cute.
Watch, because this is San Francisco, it's gonna be like $20 for a
Probably,
popcorn.
yeah, and it'll probably have like truffle oil on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
It's artisanal.
Okay, what should we do here? You can look at the woman.
Let's look at the woman.
When in doubt. She's cradling something in her arms.
A baby.
Dog. Maybe. That's a woman after my own heart. Dia just jogs over to look. I love this image in my head of a girl just like running up to you. I thought I saw a dog in your arms. No, it's a baby. No.
Okay. I like that both of us have that. It's like, oh, all right.
Oh, man. That would be my exact reaction. It's like, oh, got the empty seat, look at the diamond, or we can talk to men.
Let's talk to men.
You want to talk to men?
Yeah.
I agree. Let's develop this relationship.
Yeah.
It's very cute. What do you want to talk about, Winston?
I kind of want to see where the popcorn is going, like that conversation is going, but let's talk about school. We don't really know about anything about the school yet.
I like that idea. We're in the same class next year. Was this ever a thing for you? Like, would your friends like get a letter that was like, here's who your teacher's gonna be in 6th grade or whatever?
I remember my schedule changed is like all the time.
Okay.
So like at the beginning of the school year, we all get the schedule and then we all try to finagle like, well, I'd rather be in second period with you or whatever. And then we all try to like talk to our counselor, trying to make on a schedule.
Yeah, when I was it was mostly elementary school, like we would have assigned teachers, and so like finding out whose class your friends were going to be in was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
It's like, what friends am I going to see? It looks like Min's going to drop some bad news here. Never mind, everything's fine. This is me. Just avoid it. Don't confront the bad. This is really suspicious. She's acting weird again, like earlier. Got the 2-minute warning from our live stream guru.
It's just that I won't be.
Forget it.
Oh my god.
Is this related to what she couldn't tell me before? Just say it, Min.
Let's get the popcorn.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we wrap up.
You just really want to find out the drama of popcorn.
I want to see why it's $20.
Dia and Min got up. There's also like, it seems like there's a lot of art in this game, and that's like something
I like the good mixture of it. Yeah.
Well, and that's a lot of work. Like I really appreciate that actually, and I really like the style of it. Salad popcorn guy. Min is gawking excitedly at all the baseball fans milling about. Look, there's so many white people here. Yeah, probably. It's just like again, representation matters. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. It really is. The neighborhood we live in is so Asian that I used to think white people were really rare. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like the neighborhood I grew up was definitely very Asian centric. Yeah,
okay.
So.
We got 1 minute here. I'm gonna ask them to move. Excuse me. No one seems to hear her. Ugh, I remember being like a little kid and like trying to do something.
Yeah.
Just like nobody pays attention.
So as we wrap up, should we kind of remind everyone to please donate to the Trevor Project?
I
you
think
can
we
do it.
absolutely should.
I was just gonna roll with it and segue into it. But yeah, it's super easy. On the YouTube page, you can just go by the chat. It's the handshake icon next to the smiley icon. You click there and it launches super chat, and then you just kind of type in the amount that you want. And real quick, Chastity, thank you for donating $15. That's super awesome of you. Yeah. And also Jake donated 20. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for supporting us, for supporting the live stream, for supporting people within the LGBT community, and happy Pride, Winston.
Happy Pride. Yeah, just in time.
And this is Objects in Space. I'm the lead programmer and co-designer, and without going into too much detail, because I want to actually start playing the game, this is a space trading and combat game, open world, except that instead of flying it with a joystick, you give commands to the ship as if it was a submarine. So I'm currently on board a starbase, and I am going to now go and pick up a bounty hunting contract so we can go and hopefully find some combat or just get killed in an asteroid belt. Whatever happens. So this one here looks spectacularly dangerous, and I want to try and make this interesting, so I'm going to take this one. We're going to be hunting a Shark-class vessel, and it is in the sector PUR 7681. There's one small problem, which is that to get to those outer sectors, you need a jump drive, and I don't have one. So I'm going to go and buy a jump drive now. Something very much like this. Okay, now I've got a jump drive. My ship, which is probably not the best for combat, it's kind of beefy, but it's also a freighter by design. But you know what, let's just see how we go. So I'm aboard my ship. I'm just going to close the airlock doors, and I am going to head through the different rooms into... Here we go. This is the bridge of our ship, and you may notice that there's no window out the front. What we instead have is a nav map. We have a ship control section if you want to do manual controls. We have the sensor suite, so we can actually look at some details of what's being picked up, including the various waveforms that the ships are creating. So here we can see all the different power spikes. That's going to be useful if we want to, you know, be smart players and try to pick things up a bit sooner. So the first thing I need to do is get myself to where I want to be. So I'm going to pull up my tablet and look that up to remind myself where it is. PUR 7681. So on my nav map, I'm going to pull out the cluster map and find, there it is, that's where I want to go. I'm going to set a destination and begin to power up our jump drive. This makes the whole ship shape and takes an awful lot of power. In fact, it's going to take some time to pull that up, but we'll get there eventually. Now, these things here are nebula, which are going to be useful to hide in. These are asteroid belts, which means we don't want to go into them at all. Meanwhile, our jump drive is charged up, but in order to jump, we need to be in the right quadrant of this sector. And we are in quadrant B, which is the top right, and we want to be in quadrant C, which is the bottom left. So, that being the case, I'm going to rotate using our RCS, so we're facing south, and then I'm going to burn until we're at top speed. That being the case, that's us now moving down. So you can see the different quadrants here in the mini-map, and the flashing one is the one we want to be in. So I'm just going to quickly accelerate time because I want to try and get to the interesting part where I blow up, or blow something up. Let's see. And there we go. Okay, so we're now in the desired quadrant, which means I need to come to a complete stop. Calculate a solution, and then jump. Now you can jump when you have a good solution, but not 100%, but you often end up with a misjump, and that could be bad, because you could end up in some sort of unpleasant asteroid field or a nasty nebula or something like that. Anyway, let's jump and see if we can find our bounty. Okay, and our jump is completed, and we can see all of our ship systems are booting back up again. The sensor array has just finished booting, our helm system is booting up, and so is our navcom. We also lose all the power from our batteries when we engage the jump drive, so you can see the batteries are currently having to charge up again from scratch now that our reactor is functional. And that's our navcom back online. So, let's begin our trek up here and see if we can find our target. Now, our target's a pirate, so it's probably going to be hiding in one of these dark nebulae. These ones are charged nebulae, which are quite dangerous to hide in, so we probably won't go through those unless we absolutely have to, and I doubt anybody else will. That's an asteroid field, so we want to avoid that. In the meantime, let's start heading up this way, because if he's lying in wait for a potential target, which we will probably look like, given we're flying a freighter, he'll probably be hiding in one of these nebulae here. Whoa, okay. Looks like the pirate picked us up before anything else, so we're going to cancel autopilot and spin up a weapon, because this is probably our target. And either way, we're now in combat. So we're going to set a weapon target. We can see our solution is increasing, which is the chance that we have to actually hit him. And he's now fired a torpedo at us. However, our torpedo is just about spun up, so we're going to launch it. That's good enough. And now we have to prepare to evade this torpedo that is heading for us. So momentum in this matters, so I can keep traveling the direction I'm going, but change my ship's direction to be facing somewhere different, which means at the last minute I can turn and hopefully avoid the torpedo. However, we have another trick up our sleeve, which hopefully this pirate doesn't, which is that we have a countermeasure system. So we're going to be able to drop countermeasures and hopefully convince that torpedo that we are somewhere that we are not. And the torpedo's getting closer. I'm just going to prepare for a very sharp turn here. And meanwhile, our torpedo is heading towards him, although we don't have very good contact on him, which means he's running dark. Okay, torpedo's getting closer. Quite a bit closer. And at the last minute, we are going to drop a countermeasure and burn to try and perform a fast maneuver. Okay, the torpedo exploded. It looks like it hit our countermeasure. That's useful. And a torpedo seems to have hit him as well. So his torpedo hit our countermeasure and has done some damage to us, but not very much, so I think we're probably okay. Yeah, we've taken light damage to our primary hull, and probably some damage to our equipment, which we'll have to go and repair too. So this has been Objects in Space. We just hit early access on Steam and GOG, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Welcome back to IGN HQ, everyone. I'm Alana, this is Armando, and we
Hello.
are playing Mass Effect 3 on our current Pride stream, where we're raising money for the Trevor Project.
Yeah, and for those of you just tuning in, the Trevor Project is a wonderful nonprofit organization that provides crisis intervention and suicide prevention for LGBTQ plus youth. They're fantastic. Go ahead and
great.
yeah, they're great. Go ahead and hit us up on YouTube. Our chat has Super Chat for Good built in, so your donations will go directly to Trevor Project. And if you don't have access to Super Chat, go ahead and hit up thetrevorproject.com where you can donate to them directly. And they're fantastic. I love them. They've helped out a lot of my friends. And
Ryan just donated, so thank you, Ryan.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
yeah,
I did
Ryan.
just see, like, I've seen some people in the chat be like, why should we donate to IGN? You are definitely not donating to IGN. No,
Yeah,
we are just trying to raise money for another company.
Let's be clear when I say 100% of these proceeds will go to the Trevor Project. And yeah, so we're here playing Mass Effect 3.
Why are we playing Mass Effect 3?
Yeah. Why are we playing Mass Effect 3? Because unlike Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3 allows players the freedom to make choices that are more aligned with either their, sexual preference, sexual identity, or just experiment the most, I think, with their character. Would you
It's also
agree?
a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's also fantastic. I mean, arguably the ending is like
One is
a
my
huge
favorite
divisive
of the game.
aspect of the game. Yeah, I think 1 is also my favorite.
Yeah.
But I want to focus on why Mass Effect 3 is, talked about in the queer space. And I think a lot of it has to do with the freedom that it gives players. And we're going to go ahead and start a fresh game and see what kind of shenanigans we can get into.
Let's get crazy.
Yeah.
I love character creators so much. But
Me
I know
too.
when this game came out, it was a little bit controversial. They were like, these mom websites, mom and pop websites as they call them, that were like, whoa, what is this game that's allowing people to date aliens and gay stuff and kissing? And people were like freaking out because it was kind of one of the first games to do that, or one of the first like major AAA games to do it in a way that was controversial. I'm like,
Yeah.
good on them. And thank you, Chloe, for donating. Chloe just donated.
Oh, thanks, Chloe.
Appreciate it.
Love you. But yeah, unlike Mass Effect 1 and 2, which had some sort of freedom for sexual expression, it was never very apparent. Like, there weren't as many characters that you can romance of the same gender, of the same, like, let alone species. But Mass Effect 3 really, kind of like dove in
just
head
lost
first
contact
and
with
was
some
like,
of
you
our
know,
deep
screw all of that. Like, let's
something massive
give the
along
player
those
as much
stairs.
freedom as possible. And I
Mhm.
think what's important is
Is
that
this
for
what
me
Shepard
growing
warned
up,
us about?
I never really had much of an outlet to express, you know, my sexual identity, my sexual
long do we
preference, and let alone act on any of that. And so I, you know, would turn to video games, which, you know, in a way, and it sounds kind of sad, but they allowed more freedom for me because I
I think
wasn't,
that's important.
yeah, and I wasn't like allowed this kind of like expression outside of video games. And so I think for the people at BioWare to produce something that, you know, allowed me to, you know, explore, experiment with
Yeah.
my identity and my life in general is just like really, really cool.
I think people realize how valuable that stuff is, like
Yeah.
how proud you feel when you're like, oh, this character is like me and they're so
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, it really does mean a lot. And
Totally.
I think it's great that they've done it. But they also did it in a way that, I think there are a lot of video games that have gay characters who are obviously just like parodies.
Mhm.
Like there are a lot of games that it's like, look at the flamboyant gay
Yeah.
dude. And you're like, okay, you didn't do a great job of this.
Exactly.
Mass Effect did do a really good job of it. They're just people.
Yes.
That's the best.
Yeah. Also, I know the game gets a lot of flack for, you know,
The ending.
the ending, but also, you know, a lot of people protest this like freedom of sexual identity and expression.
Yeah.
And
Commander,
people have to like
you're not
also
supposed to
realize
call
that
me
this
that
is a
anymore,
game
James.
that's set like in some like
Not supposed to salute you
future, hundreds of years from
We
now,
gotta go.
where like,
The defense
you
committee
know,
wants to
people
see you. Sounds
are, you
important.
know,
You're cool with mind control ships.
interacting.
But, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Interacting with aliens. You know, you're traversing the galaxy
Yeah.
at like light speed
Couldn't
via
say.
mass relays and stuff,
Just told me
and
they
somehow
needed you.
can't just
Now.
grasp your head around the fact that people are gay.
It's weird thinking about it sometimes because like
good, Shepard.
back
Maybe a little soft
there were like
around the
Roman
edges. How you
orgies
holding up
that
since
were
Yep.
just like every sexuality was
Mhm.
there and
Yep,
every
yep, yep.
sexuality was present and people had gender fluidity and that was a thing like forever ago and then we freaked out about it and then it came back again. It's like it's so cyclical. It's really odd. Isaiah just donated. Thank you so much, Isaiah.
Isaiah, thank you, man. Love you a lot. I know you've been very active in the chat, and I thank you for that. You're great. Don't stop being great.
We seen you.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a charger in here, Mitchell? My the laptop is dying.
Did we skip the character creation part?
I don't remember how this game starts.
Yeah.
Did we skip the character creator incident?
They're just scared.
I don't think so.
None of them have seen
But
what
it
you've
does.
seen.
That's what femship looks like. So.
I think interesting.
That's right. If we need to, we can just play through the stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
I haven't played this game since it came out, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna say it looks worse than I.
That way they grounded me, took away my.
Yeah.
It hasn't aged that well. It's old though, but
You know,
it's like,
when did this game come out? Like 2012, 2011, 2012 or something like that? So it's been quite a bit, so I'll give it that. It
Yeah.
still looks fine.
It's fine. Like I'm not the kind of person who's like the graphics are bad. I'm not gonna play it. Like I don't care about that.
Yeah.
kind of
Also,
stuff.
we are in a time frame where like, you know, we're being spoiled by like HDR gaming and
Yeah.
like 4K resolution and 60 frames a second. Like when this came out, this game looked fantastic, and
Yeah.
I'll give it that. But it's also a really cool game. The universe is fantastic. The characters are fantastic. The plots are fantastic.
Yeah, completely agree.
luck
So
in
many
there,
relationships are really powerful.
Oh,
John
and-
Merrill just donated. Thank you so much, John.
Thanks, John. What did he say?
He said, wouldn't it be great if every game would have character creation so we can just get past the political crap and just play games?
That's
I think
what-
the only thing that ever causes issues for devs with that stuff is just when
How'd it
they
go
have
with
to record 2 lines of dialogue, like
Mhm.
2 versions, and I'm like, it's
Okay,
slightly more expensive.
Hard to know.
Sure.
for orders now.
Makes a
Yeah,
lot of
but,
people happy,
like,
and it's
it-
cool to have the choice. It also makes it more replayable, I think, 'cause
Yeah.
then you're getting like 2 characters who feel different because of the voice acting.
Oh, totally. And I just wish that developers and publishers would like get that you know,
Yeah.
players and gamers,
I used to.
I guess, happiness should trump, you know, costs and
Yeah.
you know all
Yeah.
these niceties when really they should be necessities. Honestly, like for people to like freely
It is
express
important.
themselves like within the game.
I'm sure that the devs probably feel that way too, but you know, big bad publishers acting like businesses.
Yeah,
It's where
that's real.
Things
That's
get
real.
iffy. Thank you to Ilya. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. He said, happy to help my great cause.
Aw, Ilya. Ilya?
I think
Sorry.
Very
but thank
sorry
you
if that's
so
wrong.
much.
We tried.
Yeah, you're amazing. Many much love to you.
Many much love.
So, what is happening in this game right now? I forget. Something about the
we're not-
Reapers.
Definitely some Reaper business is happening.
Mm-hmm.
What you already know. The Reapers.
Yes, confirmed. The Reapers are here. That's what's happening in this game. I really like all of what they're wearing right now.
Yeah,
It's like
they're-
sweet gold.
Yeah.
How do we stop them?
How do we stop them?
Stop them. This isn't about strategy or tactics. This is about survival.
Oh, speak on it,
A
Fem
more
Chef.
advanced,
Yeah.
more intelligent. They
She's so great.
don't
I actually
Hale.
didn't play the series until about like 2013.
I played them all late too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I had like
Each of
this
us has to be willing
stint
to
where I was
die to
a
save humanity.
freelancer, but I was in between gigs, and there was like a month in between jobs.
You played all the Mass Effect games?
Within like 2 weeks, I played all 3 of them.
Whoa, that's a lot.
You know, when you're home alone, you have a lot of spare time.
That's
and,
true. I'm gonna be
I
unemployed for a week next week, and I'm like, video games.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is your last stream, I think,
It
right?
is. It's my last. Yeah, this will be my last live stream on IGN. That's pretty crazy.
We are gonna miss you a lot.
I'm gonna miss being
And I'm also gonna cherish the fact that I'm on your final last stream.
You
with
are.
So
You made it work.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you to Jessica Sanchez, who just donated.
Thanks, Jessica.
Said, I love Fem Shep so much. Jennifer Hale is iconic. I totally agree.
Yep.
I actually played through the whole game as male Shep and didn't know that everyone loved Fem Shep until I had already finished it. Because I actually weirdly tend to pick male characters, and I guess like that's part of the choice. It's like I generally play as a male character. And yeah, everyone was like, but the voice actress is so much better. I was like, surely it's not that much of a difference. Then I heard her and was like,
girl, yeah.
it is a lot better. No offense to him, she's just very good.
I kind of am reluctant to admit that I usually pick male characters, though I do like playing with like gender swapping and stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until this game where I picked the male Shep, and I was just like, I know I'm like 2 hours into this game, but I'm gonna just restart it with Fem Shep.
Yeah, he's a little bit stale.
Yeah,
Thank
super
you,
stale.
John Ryan, for just donating.
Thanks,
Really
John
appreciate
Ryan.
it. Remember, everyone, you can donate on YouTube specifically is via Super Chat, and we'll get like a notification when you donated, but I think it just got very loud.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you can go to give.thetrevorproject.org/donate. We are raising money for kids.
For kids, but also the Trevor Project has also helped people of many ages. And for those of you tuning in, the Trevor Project is a crisis intervention and suicide prevention organization that, aimed at helping out LGBTQ youth, but also people of all ages and all sexual preferences and identities, from what I hear. And they're fantastic. All donations today are 100% going to the Trevor Project. So thank you for all those donations so far.
Yeah. We
What
just
do we
got another
here?
one from Xdemomo, who I think, or Xdemomo,
Yeah.
who I think donated before, who said, thanks to Mondo, Alana, Joshua, Cass, Eric, Jake, Winston, Chastity, John Ryan, Max, Chloe, Graber, and everyone else for helping with this stream. Oh, that's Momo.
Mike.
I didn't realize that was Mike. I was
Mike, you're
like,
the
so
best.
it is like a smiley face.
I
on the
love
Momo.
him.
He is pretty
He's
great.
a
And
great
then
human being.
Winston also donated $20 and said, love. Thank you.
Love does win. Oh, we're playing.
Oh, combat is happening.
Okay.
Apparently Max just went to a meeting, said that meeting sucked, I'm back what I meant. Fem Shep continues to be excellent.
We did mess up the character creation. I was hoping
Yeah, we
that
kind of missed
would,
it. Who did you romance in Mass Effect?
Oh, I tried to romance everybody. In the first one, I definitely romanced Caden.
Caden's so boring.
He was annoying, but I just couldn't help but think that he was kind of hot.
I guess. But like in a very like basic way.
Yeah, he was pretty normal.
At least he wasn't racist like Ashley.
Yeah,
It
Ashley
could've been worse.
sucked.
Space
I romanced her
racist.
too. Yeah, I think in my second playthrough I romanced her. It was either Caden or Ashley, right?
Yeah.
And then, in my first one, she super died.
Oh no. No, she didn't mind too, but that was intentional because my favorite character was in the entire series is Rex, and she shot him. So I was like, all right, Ashley, you gonna die.
Oh my gosh, I will say, when my first playthrough, I was around the time where, you know, the genophage, what's their Krogan?
Yes.
The Krogan genophage
Yes.
thing was like huge, like plot point.
Yeah.
And I was in the cutscene where I was, you know, about to either kill Rex or try to like talk him out of, you know, killing me. And I tried every dialogue option. I was trying to get 100%. What's the reputation scale? It's either Vanguard or Paragon or
Renegade.
And all the dialogue options I tried were all of the positive ones, and the one Renegade one that I didn't try for fear of like getting Renegade scores was the one that saved the Rex and
No way.
kept him on my team. And I was just like, whoa.
Well, so what
crazy.
happened? Did you shoot him or?
I shot him like many times. Yeah, but I just kept resetting. And,
See, I didn't do
loading.
that. I didn't want to like feel like I was doing that. But yeah, I mean, Ashley ended up shooting him anyway when I was trying to like talk him out of it. It's a really intense interaction. Sorry for spoiling Mass Effect. The game's old. You'll be
Yeah.
It's been out for a while.
But go ahead and play it. It's great. But speaking on the freedoms it gives, playing this on a mouse and keyboard oddly is like really strange.
Yeah, I played it on 360. It was crazily enough, it was an Xbox exclusive when it came out. It's so weird.
Yeah. I don't even know how to like crouch with this.
Have to take these things out the
And
old-fashioned way.
I don't remember ammo being a thing, or was it in the first one where it just like kind of just recharged?
Yeah, ammo is definitely a thing. You know, I would tell you like how to change weapons, but because it's not on a controller, I actually don't know how to do it in this game. You just go punch.
All right, I guess.
No, you can. Press F to melee. Press F to pay respect.
Let's do it.
Jordan Parkos just said, hello, y'all, love you guys, and I'm so happy y'all are doing this. Thank you, we love you too.
That was easy. Thanks, Jordan. You're the best, and looking pretty snazzy today. I might say.
Cool. It's a well-dressed man.
Cool. Nice.
Thank you, Simon Greenway, who just said great clothes, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Simon.
Whew. That sound design was actually really good.
Yeah.
It's like very explosive like that.
I love it. But yeah, in terms of romancing, I also romanced the Asari. I forget her name.
Tali?
No, that's the
Liara.
Liara.
Yeah, Liara. Liara, I like Liara a lot.
Yeah.
And she's an interesting one to romance because the Asari are an interesting race in that I don't think they are men or women.
But they are
They all sound
a singular
feminine.
monogender, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so they can reproduce with anyone in any race, and I think like the idea is that they tend not to reproduce with each other because the other races they reproduce with, they will gain their abilities.
Yeah.
They're a really interesting species.
Who else could we romance? Could you romance Tali?
I don't remember. I think you can, but I was always about Garrus. So.
Oh, Garrus. He's beautiful.
He's also a really sweet boyfriend. Like the stuff
Yeah.
he'll say to you is just like, he's like, oh, I just don't know what I'd do without you. Like he's so sweet.
Mm-hmm. And that voice.
Yeah.
Who's his voice actor? Because I want to marry him.
The one thing that I don't really know how it would work is how do you kiss Garrus? Is that soft?
I imagine it'd be like making out with a predator. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts in his mouth.
He's got kind of like mandibles. Like it's a bit weird, but you know, I was on board.
Yeah, but
Whatever, weird is good.
yeah, for his race being like, you know, like straight up like bred for the army or like, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Weren't the Taurians just like a fleet or like
Yeah.
an army-based race? He was
all of them were.
he was a really sweet person.
Yeah, he was really sweet. He's just really smart. And, I don't know, I think a lot more interesting than any of the humans, really.
Yeah,
I think all the
definitely.
aliens are way more interesting than the humans. So. Jordan asked how much money we've donated. I don't actually know. I don't have a way to track that.
Yeah, we'll figure that out
We'll let
after the
people know.
stream
Yeah.
and probably post on Twitter or something. But thank you so much to those of you who have donated.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah,
We've had a
it's
fun
been
time.
yeah, today's been fantastic. I love each and every one of you. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, we have
celebrating with us.
we have about
Also, we
15
just
minutes
got all
left
these
here,
shirts.
and yeah, let's show these off. These are great.
We're not trying to sell them to you right now. I don't think they're for sale.
I don't think they
I'm
are
just
for
really
sale.
glad to own
So
one.
super limited edition.
Yeah.
No, sorry, but
Just bragging about shirts that we
yeah.
have that you can't get. But I still think they're really cool.
No, yeah, I'm really glad that we get to send you off with one of them too.
Yes, I'm definitely thinking
Council
Yes.
has to help us.
Okay, so I have no idea what's going on right now.
Explosions.
Sure about that?
The council.
Well, but you were a council specter. That has to count for
Reapers?
something.
Reapers are here. Spectres. You know, the Mass Effects.
Thanks.
No one in the chat is talking about Mass Effect.
No.
So I'm just gonna prompt you two. You guys, like, anyone want to talk about like their favorite Mass Effect moments? Like, I didn't play a lot of Andromeda. I've seen a few comments about that. I'm in the camp of people who didn't like Andromeda. Not in a way that I don't feel like I'm doing it in a way that was like I'm joining the hive mind.
Yeah.
I actually wrote our first preview of it and didn't like it even then. I'm totally expect other people liking it, but I can't talk to you about it.
Yeah, I haven't played it, so I cannot really talk. But I
Yeah.
have seen my fair share of, you know, gameplay videos of it.
Game sounds so good.
Yeah, it's
really distracting.
fantastic.
You also sound good.
Oh, thank you. No, but I saw my fair share of Andromeda gameplay and know for a fact that, you know, they had many issues with their launch. And I guess they've addressed a lot of those issues.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah, they
say
have,
if
yeah.
they were good or bad.
They patched a lot of stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah. But to be honest, like, this is one of those game series that I cherish so much, and just kind of like wish that they just left alone after the third one.
I totally. I even when they announced Andromeda and everyone was excited. I know I'm really weird about this kind of stuff, but story closure is really important.
Mm-hmm.
When they announced Andromeda, I was like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, Mass Effect is really cool, but the Mass Effect trilogy is very good. Why would you add more?
Exactly. Oh, looks like.
Thank you to Chastity.
Chastity.
She said great job with the streaming.
Thank you, Chastity. We love you so much. Yeah, the people at GameSpot are really lucky to have her. She's amazing.
Yeah, I totally agree. X-Fellow said favorite Mass Effect moment is the suicide mission used in a way to possibly losing Andromeda Epic. I totally agree.
Is that in Mass Effect 2?
Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the most intense parts of any game I've ever played.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
I lost Talia during that scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. But I think my favorite character of all Mass Effect lore is probably Jack.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah. People in chat were talking about Jack before too. Jack is pretty great. Yeah, mine's totally Rex. I just love the like aggressive Krogan sass. So big fan of Rex.
Also, just like it's a very tragic species.
Oh,
of
totally.
aliens.
Yeah. I also just like you'd hang out in an elevator and he would just like I don't know. He was just such a jerk.
Yeah.
Like just naturally just like ugh.
Yeah.
Like I love that you just let it happen and you're a Krogan, so everyone's scared of you and it's great.
Yeah. How do you feel about the younger Krogan in Mass Effect 3? What was his name?
What was his name?
Do you remember his name?
I didn't have anywhere near as much affection for him.
The other Krogan? Oh, Grunt. It was
Grunt.
Grunt. Yeah, I
Still
guess.
cool.
Yeah.
Not Rex. Yeah. It's also probably like I had that attachment to Rex because he died and I'm still mad about it. So
Yeah,
he stayed
that's true.
salty forever.
I did love that character arc. I loved Morden's character arc as well, because he felt so guilty for his species. Creating the genophage.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing about Mass Effect is that all of the choices are actually very gray. None of them are like black and white. Like the genophage is something that exists for the good of other people in theory, but it's also awful for that race. Like where do you align on that? Like none of it's easy. So my stance, obviously, loving Rex is that the genophage is bad. But it's still like it's not like 100% set in stone,
Yeah. Can almost argue and say that the genophage is like a metaphor for the production of this game, and that people were like very much against the sexual freedoms that this game allowed you, and you know what, BioWare just went ahead and did it anyway. Yeah, thank you. Oh my goodness, I am garbage at keyboard and mouse.
It's fine. You haven't played it in forever. We're just here having fun. Michael Ajima said, I haven't played any Mass Effect, but I'm open to try it. It can still hold up. I most recently replayed one last year, and I think it still feels really good. So
the mechanics may be a little clunky.
The mechanics are bad. That's why I say play it on easy. It's not worth it wasting your time in combat. But it's the story is still.
The story is fantastic, and also what I'm like kind of disappointed at of when you refer to Mass Effect 2 and 3. How do I pick this up?
I found a radio.
There we go.
Yes.
Is that in the first one, while we're talking about freedom for the player to explore, the first one allowed you to visit uncharted planets and explore and
even
get lost in that. Yeah, even if they were empty.
I like
I loved that, and Mass Effect 2 and 3 kind of got rid of that. And that is some minus points.
Yeah. KT on YouTube said this is the gayest stream ever.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Earlier, someone was saying that being gay was a sin, and I was just like, yep, sinful.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
I 100% take that as a compliment. Thank you.
There are so many people in the chat who are literally just writing comment deleted, so it looks like their comments have been deleted. You're like, I'm aware of what you're doing. We have the mod tools.
I see what you guys are doing. Pretty edgy, but it's cool. Stay mad, but thanks for the views.
No, we've mostly had tons of fun, and I think everyone in the office is having a great time.
Yeah,
Talking about
it's been
something
great.
like video games. Get to talk about FemShep.
And we got some sweet insight on, oh my gosh, what was that space game that was just on before
That's Objects in Space.
Yes, Objects in Space is really cool.
Studios Flat Earth Games, funnily enough. And that's Alyssa Harris and Lee Harris, brother-sister combo, based in Sydney in Australia.
Are you from Sydney?
I'm from Brisbane. Well, I was born in Cairns, which is basically the Florida of Australia. And then moved to Brisbane when I was.
Oof, and that was the first death.
There are a lot of them, man.
Yeah. To be fair,
I like how it says critical mission failure and not just mission.
I know.
You could have just said you died. Dark Souls.
What difficulty is this even on?
I think we just got it on normal.
Are these guests? They're not dying very easily.
What are they? I can't really see. They don't.
They might be husks.
I don't think they're
Cannibals? I don't know
yeah.
what that means.
You know, just your average cannibal.
Yeah, I'm really bummed that we missed the character creation.
Thank you for subscribing, Poopy Jackson.
Thanks, Poopy. Poopy
It says Poopy Jackson.
Like,
I've heard weirder names.
you know, I'm not, so to be clear, and, you know, for the record, I'm not a stranger to keyboard and mouse, but, like, these default controls that Mass Effect has on keyboard and mouse are absurd.
They're probably not optimized.
No, definitely not.
I mean, it doesn't look like you're doing anything weird, but
Just ask, it told me to push X to change weapons.
again, it was the 360 exclusive. It was totally designed for console.
Hey, oh, there it is.
There's that ship. With a P. I didn't swear. Nobody bleep anything. Calm down.
Let's go!
That's so cool.
It's definitely well animated.
Yeah.
Let's see what year it came out. Yeah, 2012. That was a good year for video games.
What else came out?
Assassin's Creed was 2012.
Nice.
There are a few new franchises.
Shepard!
Assassin's Creed also had some gay characters, huh?
Yeah, but I don't think they've ever been that explicit.
I'm
First Dishonored, Diablo 3.
Dang.
Wasn't good at the time. Far Cry 3, which is my favorite Far Cry. Journey.
We're in this
All
fight
right.
together,
Max Payne 3, also excellent. Guild Wars 2,
fight
excellent.
we
Spec
can't
Ops The
win.
Line, it keeps getting
Oh,
better.
Spec
Darksiders 2.
Ops. I forgot about Spec Ops.
Persona 4 Golden, Dragon's Dogma, one of my favorite games ever.
Nice.
Oh, FIFA 13.
FIFA 13 came out in
Hell yeah,
2012.
dude.
That's great.
Gravity Rush, very good game. Sleeping Dogs, Azura's Wrath, Hotline Miami,
Oof.
Prototype 2. I'm probably the
I
only
don't
fan
take
of that
orders from
game
you
in the
anymore,
world.
remember?
And Mitchell. I love Prototype, dude.
Consider yourself
Hitman
reinstated.
Absolution was alright. Resident Evil
Commander.
6.
As
You know
a
what you
big
have
of
to
a
do.
Resident Evil fan that I am, I
Oh, and
haven't
Skyrim.
played that one. Oh wow, that was
I'll be
2012.
back for you.
Yeah?
And I'll
Oh.
bring every
So which
fleet I can.
Resident Evil games do you like?
The first
Good
one.
luck.
My favorite of
You
the
too,
my favorite of all time is definitely the first remake of the first game.
Oh yeah, it's really
Yeah,
good.
that's my favorite. And so you can only imagine how stoked I was seeing the reveal at E3 for Resident Evil 2.
It looks really good.
It's
Definitely a different remake.
It was definitely different for sure.
Yeah,
but
I like
love
1,
it.
2, and 4, and 7.
Yeah. 7 was a good return to form for sure. I loved that
Yeah.
one. But
I liked it a whole lot.
you know, I'm gonna have to wait and see and play Resident Evil 2, and then maybe I'll have a new favorite. Yeah. So what's happening here? Does this child die? I don't want to see this.
At least it's not a dog. It shows how I feel about humanity.
And once again, thank you guys for tuning in.
We've
You
only
guys
got
have
like
been
5
so
minutes left. If
fantastic.
we can get any more final donations, thank you all so much.
Yeah, and thank you for all those who have donated already to the Trevor Project. And for those of you just tuning in, the Trevor Project is fantastic. They are a crisis intervention and suicide prevention organization for queer youth. They help a lot of people that I know have like turned to them in times of need. So 100% of our donations that we raise today will go to them, and it's a great cause. And yeah, look them up. And also, if you could donate if you want to donate directly to them and avoid YouTube Super Chat, you can go to thetrevorproject.org and donate that way.
The direct donate link is give.thetrevorproject.org/donate. So it goes right there.
Yeah, and it's in the description too.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been a good, nostalgic throwback.
We played a lot of good games today.
Yeah,
We saw some good games like Lucy O'Brien and Outer Australian Team and Dan played Pun. We saw Objects in Space. What else?
Dream Daddy
Dream Daddy.
Dating Simulator.
Hell yeah.
We had Night in the Woods. We had The Last of Us.
Yeah. lots of good
Butterfly
games.
Soup.
Oh, it was left behind for the last of Us.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a really good day.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how much money we've raised because that's awesome.
Me too. Yeah. Oh, we got another donation. XD Momo.
Momo.
You got it. Aw.
Thank you, Momo.
I think you're responding to my call out earlier, but I'm not sure. But you're welcome.
People talking about Attack of the Show. So fun
From
fact.
G4?
Yeah,
Huh.
IGN actually has a lot of people who worked on Attack of the Show currently working at IGN.
Oh.
Almost all of
Do
them.
tell.
Almost all of
We're
them.
leaving.
It's like loads of them.
Leaving?
Like Wade and Blair were both over there.
Oh.
Corrado, like a lot of our like high-level video teams.
Anderson wants us to go to the Citadel.
Nice.
Get help for the fight.
Yeah, I did not know that. I guess you knew Blair, but
yeah,
that's awesome.
We don't have a choice. Without help, this war's already over.
Forget it.
Okay,
Drop me
so
off someplace.
And
since we're running out of time,
Don't you think I'd rather
biggest
stay
video
and
game
fight?
crush.
Oh.
We're going to the Citadel.
We'd be Nathan Drake.
You can get
Yeah?
your ride back from there.
Pretty
But
hot.
I feel like he's like an easy one to go for. Obscure one is Geralt from The Witcher.
That's pretty good.
Because
That's pretty good.
he's like really honorable, and you know you can like in The Witcher 2 you can literally talk your way out of ever having the final boss fight because he's like just really smooth and calculated and logical, and like I have a crush on him in a way that is like I admire your suave, but like Nathan Drake's the one that just doing his kiss. How about you?
I'd probably go for again Resident Evil Chris Redfield from the Resident Evil 1 remake. I just think his character model is like really cute. He's probably like pretty normy.
Yeah.
But
So is Nathan Drake. It's like
yeah,
an easy
that's
call.
true. Yeah, that's real. Pretty safe, you know.
Yeah. Safe bet.
But Chris Redfield just he's awesome. He's been through a lot, and oh, we got another donation.
Thank you, Jordan Parkhurst. He said, "What do y'all think about Naughty Dog showing the normalcy of the same gender relationship in a lead character in the new Last of Us? Do you think this is a game changer?" I swear that kiss at E3 has to be the first time we've actually seen a gay kiss on screen at E3, which like for us feels like a huge deal.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. They have a bunch of queer people working on their team at Naughty Dog, so it's like we see these conversations that are like, well. But it's all this pressure from liberals. It's like, no, Naughty Dog wants to make that stuff. Anyone who's arguing against that is like hurting their creative vision. They want to do that. They want to represent their stuff. And IGN's the same. It's like, but anyone who's like saying it's pandering, it's like we have plenty of queer people working.
Yeah.
There's like so much diversity in our stuff. We're celebrating that and all the people of our community who are that too. So
Couldn't agree more.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's been a very divisive, event to have happened during E3, but I know Naughty Dog knows what they're doing.
Totally.
I love what they're doing, and I want more of it, to be honest. You know,
And like Ellie was always gay from the first game. You know, it wasn't a thing that they just
replay that game and then
You'll
tell us that
get
you
it
didn't
now.
know. Yeah.
Jesse is Punk just donated, so thanks for the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. We only had a couple of minutes left.
Yeah, on that note about Ellie's sexuality from Last of Us 1, I saw a lot of people in the comments today saying, Ellie's only like 12, 13, she's not a lesbian, like how do you know? I'm just like, I knew I was gay when I was like 5 years old. It's not that hard to believe. You might not be familiar with like the upbringing of a queer person, but like it's not that unlikely for
There are
a teenager.
a lot of
to
gay people that I
feel
know who will like they figured it out when they were like 15, but they were like, I knew since I was a kid.
Mhm.
I just was denying it the
Yeah.
whole time because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like you can't, and it's like no, I think 13-year-olds know what they're sexually attracted to, as weird as that might seem. It's
Yeah, don't lie to us.
like, see what you 13-year-olds get up to, gross.
Cool, so we got about 1 minute left. I want to take this 1 minute to thank you guys so much. Today has been freaking fantastic. Thank you, Alana, for being at IGN. I know this is your
You're
last
quite
stream,
welcome.
so
It's weird.
it's been quite the honor to work alongside you and
Thank you.
Be on the stream with you. But also thank you so much to all of you who have donated to the Trevor Project. Huge shout out to the Trevor Project. Love you guys. And
Good work.
yeah.
The donations don't have to stop now. It's still Pride Month, so you can still go donate for as long as you need for people who need help. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up, right?
Mhm.
All right, let's that's
See
it.
you guys next time.
Thank you guys so much. Love you.